Yo. Yes, when you say to me, big strives in the building, big dog, you don't know it's been a minute. Loose cannons, for those that don't know, me and Strives been doing this on and off for a while now. We're back in the building. It's only right we come back and we do another one after we've just bottled the league. After we've just done a madness. Strives, brother, what are you saying to me?
What you saying, my brother, man? The boy Big Dog. Hey, I've missed you, man. I missed you, bro, man.
It's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute, bro. What you saying, fam?
Hey, man, I'm good. Hey, bro, I've been locking in, though, man. I've been locking into your segments, man. I'm there, I'm there still, man. You know, like obviously we have not been in a group chat this season, yeah, where I've just been, I've just been locking in and whatnot. You're the one that kind of keeps me in tune with what's going on, like when you're referencing certain stuff.
And these men are having a field day right now. They're enjoying themselves right now, bro. It's been hectic. I can't lie. It has been truly hectic, but we're moving. I don't care. We're getting it popping, bro. Forget them, man. There. Do you get what I'm saying? But talk to me. Listen, let's get straight into the business. We've not been able to lock in for a minute. Arsenal. Where you at with it right now, Strives? How you feeling? What's the word on the street? What's going on? Talk to me, bro.
My boy Doug. Talk
to me, doggy. What's going on, fam? What is popping, bro?
Yeah, obviously, it's been a minute since we've done one of these, and
it's been a
obviously,
minute,
you know, like my thing has always been like, I think Arsenal are a striker away from competing and stuff like that. We get our striker, yeah. So I'm like, all right, cool. There's a good chance we can do it. We get Eze. Yeah. I'm like, yo, there's a good chance we can do it. My thing was, I'm not sure if we've got the gaffer that can cross that line yet. But let's see. Like, I'm going to test him across the season. And I'll be honest with you, man. He was impressing me at points. You know what I mean? Like there was certain tests where I'm like, okay, cool. We need to show mental resolve. We was getting the points. I was like, you know what? I think this guy might just have learned his lessons. He was making the subs at the right time.
To come around to the Arteta way.
Trust me, I was starting to come around. I started to think, oh, have I got it wrong? Because you will know, innit? In June, from around June 2022, I kind of started checking out. I started checking out, saying, I'm not sure. I believe that Arteta can get us across the line, and I'll tell you a reason why. Yeah, because I remember I went to go and watch, you know Sterling, innit, play,
yeah.
I went to go watch Arsenal versus Tottenham with him at one of his pals' bars, I think, or something like that, yeah. And they beat us 3-0. And I was like, obviously, you know them times in the group chat, you get chucked out of the group chat, everything.
Man,
I was like,
a quick ejection.
A quick one. And I'm like, hold on a second. We was on course to finish in third. Like, how am I now? Fifth. No Champions League is looking like. And I just started thinking, like, how? So that was the first little bit of doubt with Tets. And then there's the season after, that's when we was surprisingly we was top for like 93% of the season. And then again, we ended up not crossing the line. The season after, we didn't cross the line. And now we're at this season, I think. No, the season after again, I think Liverpool won. Then now we're at this season. I'm just like, boy, I'm just kind of here. I don't think Arteta's gonna ever cross the line. So, but as the season's progressing, Doug, I'm like, maybe this guy's turned the corner, bro. Turned the corner. But I tell you what started to happen, my brother. I tell you what happened. I started to believe. I even started to whisper, "Oh, quad. Maybe it's a quad, Doug. Maybe it's a quad." Yeah. And what happened, bro? I said to myself, right, we're in a final of the Carabao Cup. We're against Manchester City. The winner of this match, in my opinion, goes on to win the Premier League. And the reason why I said that was because I saw us wet the bed against Wolves, wet the bed against Nottingham Forest. Yeah. Even Liverpool, I'll go as far as saying Liverpool. I think Liverpool were there for the taking. They had no forwards. We couldn't beat them. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, cool. I know there's a 9-point lead and what have you not, but City's got a point. They've got some games in hand. We need to beat them in that cup final, just destroy their morale, innit? Real Madrid's knocked them out of the Champions League. West Ham have just held them to a draw. Let's beat this team, yeah? Bro, they showed us. They showed us the City of old. Like, I think I watched your video and you was just like, bruv, it kind of felt like it felt like PTSD. It felt like I was watching the City of old.
It felt mad. I don't feel like they wiped the floor with us, but I just felt like it felt old school because of the fear. Like, you know, like we went 1-0 down and that was it. It just capitulated. I hadn't seen us play like that in a long time. Like, it just went to shit. Do you get what I mean? It literally
I know exactly. And I thought to myself, boy, I think now we've lost that mental edge. We've lost that momentum that we was building up. So now I'm now reverted to factory settings now. I've gone back to like, yeah, well, you know what? I did say this Arteta guy, man. I don't know if he can cross the line. I said, I'm not hopeful for anything. City's gonna pump Chelsea. City's gonna watch us. I don't even trust us against Bournemouth. That was the mode I was in. You can imagine, like, obviously I'm not in a group chat, but you can imagine what I was like. Everything you can imagine, that's where I was. And then I'm just sitting back now. I'm getting myself ready for it. Bournemouth, all of a sudden, Pep shows them, man, how to play against us. They do it against us in the second half. They beat us at the carpet at the Emirates. They go City go and smoke Chelsea. Then I'm like, all right, cool. Let's go and at least beat Southampton. Get another little outing at Wembley. Southampton deal with us. I'm thinking, oh my God, it's happening again. We get a win against Sporting. I'm thinking, okay, cool. Let's see what's going on. Nah, it's the game again at the Etihad. I'm not hopeful.
Nah, but we didn't even, to be fair, we didn't even get the win at Sporting. We drew.
Yeah, true. But we won.
0-0 at Sporting. That was at the Emirates. We're not even at Sporting. We drew 0-0 at home.
Yeah,
and got over the line. But I know where the optimism came because that game we looked a little bit better. Defensively, we looked a bit short, but Sporting, to be fair, just were never good enough to do anything against us. Anyway,
but you know what, though? Sporting's quite a technical team, though, isn't it? So you're looking at you're talking at the technicality of the team, and I'm like, they're quite technical. We know Manchester City's technical. They enjoy possession. So I think for me it was, you know, like where we put Mascara right back here, because I had enough of seeing Ben White, and I was like, I don't need to see that dude play.
I don't even know why Arteta risked that. I don't know what was going on in his head that he felt the need to put Ben White there. I'm glad he fixed it up for the City game and put Mascara in, because Ben White by then, but I didn't get it. Ben White cost us in the cup, and
you know what? I got it because it's like Ben White. I once upon a time was a quality operator, but I'll tell you what the issue is for us. Yeah, in my view, you can have quality operators within your squad. Yeah, but we haven't got like elite operators throughout the squad, but they're quality operators. But when you're not playing them enough, when you're not getting enough use, when you're not oiling those joints, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Ben White's been injured, so Ben White has been injured, so it's difficult because really when Ben White was playing was around the time he was there to be played. It's like, it's not like he's been available all season and not being played. Like, do you get what I'm saying? He's been injured, come back. Do you get what I mean? Obviously, Timber's gone down.
I get you. And to say he played for England as well, innit?
Yeah, he played for England. Obviously, Arteta, he played for England, tried to bring him in the fold and get him moving, hoping he could get the old Ben White of old. And he's clearly showed us he's just not with it. Like, he's out of, what's the word? Out of rhythm. Like, even when he went to jump and clear the ball, it went over his head. Like, maybe Ben White in his time, in his prime, would have got that. And there's just a lot of things that was out. His tracking of runners, the connection between him and Madueke was off. Do you get what I mean? Like, they both, but even then, I blame Madueke for that because he should have tracked his running. He put Ben White in the lurch for that goal as well. But it's hard to come in at this level and try to perform at the top level when you're just coming back from injury as well, isn't it? Do you get what I mean?
I get what you mean, but I remember when we hadn't seen Ben White for time and then we just brought him in. I can't remember who it was against. I think it might have even been against Villa, actually, the one that we won. Or was it Villa? I can't think. And he just came in, and bro, Ben White just looked like he just looked like he fit straight in. Like, it was like there was no.
When he came in, when we beat them 4-1. Was that
yeah. I'm sure he played that game, or it was around that time, and he just came in, and it was just like, wow, like this guy looks like he belongs. You get what I mean? So I'm just like, what's happened? Yeah, where like, all right, you get that kind of performance, and then you don't capitalize, and you don't kind of alternate him and Timber here and there, because now guess what's happening now? Timber, we're missing him badly, bro. We're missing him badly. Do you get what I mean? And
we're missing a lot of players, man.
We're missing a loads of players. There's one gripe I need to raise with you actually when I was watching your content, but I'll come to that.
Wait, yeah, go on. Yeah, I'll put this here.
Yeah. There's one gripe I'll raise with you. I'll come straight back to that anyway, cool. Mascara's back in the fold. I'm a little bit more optimistic that our defense can maybe handle the pressure that we'd get at the Etihad. I just didn't know how we was gonna approach the game. Like, do we go for the game? Sorry, my lighting's flickering. Do we just go for that game at the Etihad, or do we what's the thing? Or do we sit back because all the pressure's with City in it? So I didn't know how we was gonna approach it. I like the fact that I like the fact as a football lover that we went for the game, but I think on it now, and I'm like, should we maybe?
Nah. I hear it, and I'm going to quickly touch on what Def Rem was saying. We're fighting for the Premier League and Champions League. You better be ready at all times. Not hearing the hard to perform thing. No, I hear that. Like, you got to be ready. I feel like Arteta always tries to say things about his players being ready to perform and be ready to show up, and everyone and you got to be ready. You can't be slacking like that. You got to be ready to put the shirt on and fight. And Ben White clearly wasn't ready. But to touch on what you were saying about the Man City fixture, now this is the discussion I've been having with people that are saying it's hindsight. I think Sebastian touched on it in the group, and he mentioned about hindsight and, you know, should Arsenal have parked the bus? I see it on TalkSport. I know my man from Oasis, Liam Gallagher, was talking about it. Should Arsenal have parked the bus? Now, if we had parked the bus and lost the game 1-0, everyone would have been saying that Arsenal went to the Etihad and didn't try to win the game, and that, you know, they tried to protect what they had and all of this kind of stuff, yeah. In a way, I'm kind of glad how we approached the game, because the reason why I say that is because one thing for us, that's probably the best I've seen us play in a few weeks, in a few months, like in a long time. Like, out of all the games we've had, that is the best I've seen us play. So that shows me that they can play like that. Do you get what I'm saying? And
100%.
Big up my boy Dan Vinay, he made a strong point that in another game, you play that game 4 or 5 times, right? And them chances that we had go in the back of the net. We was unlucky. You get what I'm saying? And I think
100%.
on a different day, you know, the Havertz chance goes in to make it 2-2. On a different day, the Eze chance goes in off the post and it's Leslie in the back of the net and you're 2-1 up. There's a lot of different things.
You say like, that another day you're talking about, boy. I've been waiting for that day, boy.
No, I hear it.
Havertz has been doing this a lot.
No, but the point I'm trying to make is Arsenal were decent on the day and were unlucky to come out with nothing. Do you get what I'm saying?
You know what?
Hindsight, you could say, all right, man should have parked the bus, because really the incentive is with City. So maybe Arsenal got tricked out of their position in playing a more of an aggressive game. But
you hear what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You've got to look at both of them, innit?
Yeah, I got to look at either way, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Yeah. And I think that had they not played the way that they played now I feel like there's a lot of Arsenal fans that have still got a bit of hope for the rest of the season. Myself. I still feel like if we played against City and we can get a result at Newcastle, that might spur us on for more to get the results with the other games that are winnable if we play like that. But had we not seen that performance and we just lost to City 2-1 and it was a shit performance and that Havertz goal was the only goal, then we just feel like that this team can't play like that anymore. And everyone will be saying that. But at least he's shown us that, okay, if you do take the handbrake off and you do let these men play, they got it in them to play a bit better. Do you get what I mean? So
I get what you mean. I mean, so the thing is, though, you don't just forget how to kick balls. So I feel like we knew that they could. I feel like we knew they could do it. And let me ask you this, then, Doug. Yeah, you see, Sporting the 0-0. That was kind of like a pedestrian. That was like a mundane kind of performance, innit? Like that 0-0. But we're in the semi-finals now. Who cares? You get what I'm saying? So now, what I mean by that is, if you get a 0-0 against City at the Etihad, mundane performance, but we've got the lead. Who cares? Do you get what I mean? So
No,
that's
I
where
understand that.
that's where I hear the argument. But I hear what you're saying as well, because don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying the game, and I'm like, and like Def Rem said, yeah. If they run all over, they're gonna have all the possession. If we sit back, they probably run all over us. I do get that, but at the same time, even in the, I personally feel like the way we played at the Etihad, I would love if we played like that in a cup game, because that's when it's like there is like, it's one of them ones where it's like it's a one-off game, innit? Like just throw caution to the wind, play like that. You see, at the league game, I actually probably I wouldn't have cared if we just stunk the place out, and you know what I mean, and
we wouldn't have cared.
No,
at this stage of the season,
not if we got the result, I wouldn't have cared.
No, if we got the result, but this is the problem that you have, is if you don't get the result, if you don't get the result and you stink the place out and don't get the result, trust me, there would have been meltdowns from Arsenal fans. Pretty much everyone that I've spoken to, in terms of Arsenal fans, have walked away from that game, even though we've took the loss in their vets. They're also a little bit positive that it's not over and it can be done. I think if we stunk the place out, lost to City, I feel like there would have been, everyone would be saying it's done, fuck it, it's done. I know a lot of guys are saying that now anyway. Like, I know a lot of men are saying it's done, but I feel like if we didn't put in the performance that we put in, a lot of us, we would be on this right now, chatting right now, ranting and raving and probably arguing. And we'll be talking about the summer and whether Arteta should stay or go, which we'll probably get to soon enough.
Exactly, because you're saying that, The only reason why we're jovial, or let me talk for myself. The only reason why I'm jovial, is because man was expecting this. So it's like I can't keep getting angry, at something that I've watched this. Like I've watched this movie so many times, and I'm just hoping for a different ending. But you know, like when you're watching it for the fourth time, kind of thing, and you're like, oh, is this going to be a different director's edit this time? Like, if it's not, I'm kind of ready for it. You get what I mean? So that's the only reason why I'm not ranting and what have you not as much. But look at how how City came to the Emirates and played. I think they parked the bus. Like, they had like 10 man behind the ball, like barely touched the ball. And we was thinking, wow, I've never seen Pep do this. But now when you think about it in retrospect, they got a valuable point at the Emirates. And at the Etihad, they turned it on. So all I'm thinking, you see how you said, oh yeah, like the emotions of the fans would have been all over the place. I understand that, but as the gaffer, as the players, as the club, it's your job, to lead by example, and then the fans follow suit. So if you want to keep getting emotional and talking in the press conference, fire, then you go and then you try and give fire at the Etihad when you can't show a positive result at the Etihad outside of a draw since 2015 when Santi Cazorla scored. We ain't beaten them since then. So it's been about 11 years. All of a sudden, you want to do fire at the Etihad? No, brother, stink the place out and get your draw. That's where I'm at.
But I hear it.
I do like the fact that we played. It does make me think, oh, we can play. But these are nice to have. I'd rather have the point advantage or whatever, I'd rather have the advantage in it. Like, because fast forward to now, me and you sit here going live and City are top of the league. How the hell?
I know. All days that you chose to play to go live, you said we'll do it on the day. We'll do it on the day after the City game. I was hoping for a 1-1, but it didn't come. Shane Sutherland and said, big up Shane. He said, City always finish strong, Arsenal always finish weak. Do you think there's fundamental issues? I just think, like, I'll touch on that, but I just think, like, touching on how I feel this season's gone, and like you said, it's like a repeat. It's a repeat. For me, I feel like I had a feeling that, City could get back in it, But I feel like us as a fan base, I feel like we were part of our own downfall this season as well. A lot of the fan base, because I feel like even when we were top, and for all this time that we was top, I think, yes, when we was early on in the season, we was enjoying it, and it was all this parade talk, and we felt like it was our year because City weren't playing well. And then I feel like soon as City, we do this every time, soon as City start to string some games together and it's getting to the crunch time, we as a fan base start to worry, anxiety start to crumble, we drop a point, we start to fall apart, and it filtered through. I was at the Bayer Leverkusen game, yeah, and until we scored, the murmurs in the crowd, the talking, the feeling, we're in a Champions League quarterfinal. Like, do you get what I mean? At home, like, we should be bouncing. Even the Bayer Leverkusen fans, they were noisy, they were bouncing, they were doing their thing, yeah, and we're just nervous. And it filters down to the players, bro. I'm telling you, because
I was having a chat with somebody
and I feel like Arsenal, and I feel like the manager, and I feel like everyone tried to kind of mention it, but I feel like, or talk on it, but I feel like they couldn't say that they needed because the fans, they're basically saying we need people to bring their lunch boxes, this, that. I feel like sometimes Arteta's delivery has been quite shit because he's tried to rally the troops, yeah, and he's just got it so wrong. But I took what he was trying to say and I got it. Like, basically, he's trying to say we need the atmosphere, like the season, you know, like how we was cheering and going on in the first season we finished second.
Yeah.
When we was lighting torches in the tunnel and we was going on mad. I can't lie. When I went to games that season, that is the best feeling and the best atmosphere that I've seen and had at Arsenal for a long time, yeah?
Yeah, but let me tell you why you had that. That feeling we had though, yeah, Doug, is because we started to see something brand new. Like, bro, you're talking about that. You see that feeling that you had, bro. It was electrifying. Pre-season, we're moving mad. We've just got Gabby Jesus. We've got Zinchenko. We're flying high. It's the World Cup year. We're running away with it. People are starting to be like, hold on a second, what, can Arsenal do it? Bro, we can't even fathom what's going on. We've just bottled Champions League the season before, and now. Well, I remember that season. Doug, remember it was like one game. It was unlucky. Yeah, no, bro. I think we bottled that, bro.
You mean the year when we finished? When we lost to Newcastle and Tottenham? Yeah,
exactly. And then imagine the next, exactly. And then the next year now, Doug, all of a sudden, I remember we're like, wow, one game. Okay, cool. 2 games. Okay, cool. In this group chat, we're like, okay, hands in the air.
Against Bournemouth,
we're doing a madness of Reece Nelson that year. Everything, like, we're starting to believe. So you got to think about it. Yeah, the fans are up for it, and guess what? Because it was top down. Like, it starts with. I was having a conversation with somebody in a Gooners group chat that I'm in, and it's top down. Like, it's from the management down to the players, and then the players, it comes down to us. We feed off of them. So then I get it. Like, he used the word a symbiotic relationship, like, which kind of just means it's interdependent. Like, the players feed of us and we feed of the players. So I hear what you're saying, but it starts with them. You see,
I hear it. But
they're giving us that passion, we give it back to them.
I hear that. But I feel like this season, you know, like the ship's coming into the dock, yeah, right? You can see it's in sight, like you're on the ship, and I feel like, but we've got a little bit of a leak. And before anyone like really waits for the ship to sink, I feel like everyone started jumping ship because we're not too sure if it's gonna make it. Do you get me?
PTSD.
So PTSD.
So where's that coming from?
Certain man can't even swim, but they jumped off the boat, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and that's how I feel like it's been, because
I hear you. But you know what?
Like,
but you see what Shane's saying,
I was chatting to certain man at my gym. Sorry to cut you there, but I was chatting to certain man at my gym, and we were still 9 points clear. Certain man saying, these man, I'm like, bro, but like, we're not there yet. We're not at this point here now, which everyone dreaded, yeah? So, and my thing is, right, is I hear it. Yes, yes, we're dreading the worst that can happen, but we had to still push them on. And I feel like as a fan base, there was some that was trying to, but I feel like as a fan base, we also failed in our part to play in this season as well. Yes, I hear that. It's meant to come from the top, and I agree with what you're saying. But I also feel like we still had a job to do as well, and I feel like we failed in our job, and that's on us. That ain't them. That's on us, because we should have. At what point did you stop enjoying being top? Let's be real, because we was top of the league, bro. And you know what's mad? We've let City come in and take it, and we never actually had the chance to even actually enjoy it, bro.
I'll tell you why. I stopped enjoying it, yeah? Because of whoever that was in your gym, I hear them. Like a big up Zest in the comments, yeah, because he was getting on to me as well. I was saying to Zest, I was saying to
Why are
Zest,
you even here? You know.
no, I think he's chatting to Shane, man. I don't know. Shane is a hot bro. Shane supports Liverpool. I don't know what he's doing there. But Shane, you know where Shane's asking the question though, like, don't you think it's a fundamental issue? I do. Because you can't like every single April, yeah. Like it stops becoming a coincidence, yeah, or an uncanny coincidence if it's happening every single April where your win rate drops to like 20 to 40% every single April. Like, so that's no longer coincidence. It's got to be a fundamental issue. I don't think it's as simple as the fans drop off and the nerves come from the fans and the players, this and that. It's every single, like this season, yeah, we addressed our squad depth, yeah. We added quality. We did. I personally think we should have been raising the ceiling, but we didn't raise the ceiling. We raised the floor instead, yeah. Yeah, but cool. We still added quality, yeah. Why are we still looking at the same story again? Our key players are injured. We're failing to win games that we're very capable of winning. Like it's got to be there has to be a fun. I don't know what that issue is. Sorry, I'm laughing at the comment you just put up there. Yeah. This idiot. Yeah. This guy's doing slow jabs, bro. Like, anyway, that guy, man. It just made me laugh. But yeah, bro, there's definitely some sort of fundamental issue here, yeah, because it can't be that every year we are, I don't want to use the word bottling, but we are kind of failing to capitalize on our lead, and we don't start dissecting why that's happening. I think to say it's I think to suggest that the fans play a part where that might be true, why I'm not buying into it so much, because you see when you was like, enjoy being top, man, we're 9 points ahead. You see why it's hard to be in top, because from when I'm looking at that cup final, and people are like, bro, why do you care about the League Cup final, bro? It's just the Carling Cup or Carabao Cup, whatever we call it nowadays. Mm-hmm. I'm like, nah, it's more about the momentum and what it gives us. Because again, I've seen it before. I've seen when we should have beat City in the FA Cup. Remember that one when because you mentioned it in one of your segments. Actually, I was watching and I smiled, did it? I was thinking, I'm glad he remembers that still.
Yeah, I remember that because he was making a point of the fact that I was saying that in the FA Cup we could have got away. Like it weren't deep, but you was talking about the fact that it's a momentum, and I feel like the cup loss it kind of works in the same as this situation where it handed City the momentum, even though City were kind of on a roll anyway. But leading back to the cup thing as well, what you were saying as well, like I feel that the cup situation was a mad one because I didn't see it coming. I thought we was gonna turn up for the cup. And when you talk about you're talking about April and the drop-off, I do honestly believe, I feel like I wouldn't say it's the fans are to blame, it's not directly the fans, but I do feel we play our part, but it's not on us. I feel like there is a mental block with this team when it comes to getting it over the line, finishing. I feel like because we haven't got no serial winners in the side, I feel like there isn't any standout leaders. And one thing I'll say with our team as well, we don't have, not everyone talks about Mavericks and that, yeah, but we don't have the player that is gonna, you see, like Salah carried Liverpool to their title last season. Do you get what I mean? He was delivering in the games with the assists and the goals and doing his fair share till he kind of fell off a little piece. Like, you know, with City, they have Haaland turning up with the goals, and then like this season you're having Shirky turn it on and they're like on at the right times, and Nico Riley stepping up and delivering in the games like he delivered in the game against us in the cup final and a couple other games. We don't have that. When it gets to these times of the season when you need that superstar, or the, you know, like even like a Saka, we call him star boy, but this is the time you're meant to shine. Do you get what I'm saying? These are the moments when you're meant to step up and be counted, and that is what happens. Everyone kind of goes hiding. We saw it in the City game, even with the Bournemouth game with Zubimendi, when you know, I like the way we set up. I could understand the formation that we set up for Bournemouth, but they couldn't execute. And yet again, Zubimendi wasn't showing for the ball, which meant Gabriel and the defenders had to go long, which wasn't working because we couldn't get the ball to our forwards. And that's what happened in the second goal, where Zubimendi didn't show. He ran away from the ball. Gabriel went long, it deflected, dropped into Bournemouth, and then boom, they went on the counter-attack and scored. So Yeah, it's difficult because people are hiding in the times when we need them to step up, and I feel that also does. I give Arteta responsibility for that because it's his recruitment. I feel like
And
we
that's
didn't.
and
Zubimendi, don't get me wrong, he's good, but we haven't managed to replace Partey. I don't think people understand the levels of how good Partey was in terms of breaking lines and forward passing and playing forward. When you haven't got a player like that, and Zubimendi's meant to be that guy, and then he goes hiding, and then you've got people like Odegaard injured and all these, who's going to do it then? And no one else has been. And Mikel Moreno is lovely as a false nine when he comes in and plays, and we miss him. I don't feel like I think a lot of people even forgot about Moreno. Like, do you get what I'm saying? If he wasn't injured, I swear to God, we haven't
forgot about him. We definitely
if he wasn't injured, I swear to God, we wouldn't be in this position this season because he's a difference maker. Do you get me? Like, facts. But here we are, man. The mentality is not good, man.
No, I have facts, man. And I see a comment from Zest, where he's saying he thinks it's the lack of January injection, and I agree with him a little bit. Yeah. I agree with him a little bit because it's like, this is my thing, we get like Arsenal fans, like Arsenal fans and maybe the club, there's this thing like a complacency starts to set in and we get arrogant. And what I mean by an arrogance, is like Arsenal fans, we start getting arrogant, like, all right, cool, we're the best club here, we're playing the best amount of football. And in some respects, it's warranted because you will see stats here that Arsenal's been top of the league for like 530 plus days in the last 3 seasons, and City's probably been top of the league 400 and something days. I see a stat
since
like
Arteta's been in power. Since Arteta's been in power, we've been top 1,000 and something amount of days in comparison.
And we've got I think
it's 1,600 days or something. It was ridiculous. I saw it the other day. It was a mad stat.
Right. And we've got 0 Premier League titles to show for it, and City's got 4. Right. Now the issue with that is, so our arrogance comes from the fact that we've shown that we can be good, this is the fans and whatnot. So this also speaks to the interdependence she was chatting about, where they rely on us, but we rely on them. So we're gonna go there, bossy. We're gonna go there cheering, blah blah blah. And we're the reason why we start to kind of lose that oomph in us is because now we're giving you that energy. It's down to the club to keep us on a high. So when it gets to January, and you see a Semenyo's available, a Gueye is available, just so that your ops don't get them, throw your hat in the ring, man.
I've been big on this.
We need a winger. Go and grab my man. You get what I mean? The year before, when Liverpool like literally strolled across the line and went to Ibiza, but while the Premier League was still in procession, you get what I'm saying? January comes up, we ain't got no forwards. Go and get a forward. So I see what Zest is talking about when he says it's the lack of injection, along with Mikel Arteta not using the squad at his disposal. Like, you see when Shane asked about, is there a fundamental issue? There is, and you know what that fundamental issue is for me. It's the gaffer, bro. It's Mikel Arteta.
I knew he was gonna get here eventually. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But I want to touch on this. I fully agree. I've been saying this, and I'm a strong advocate for this. I truly believe that in the January transfer window, I know Gay would have loved to stay in London. Obviously, he's gone City. He would have loved to have gone City, which he has gone City. I'm not saying it's like people might come out and say, "Oh, what do you mean it's City?" No, but we was linked with him. We didn't go and get him. Should have went and got him. Semenyo, rumors had it around the time he contacted Arsenal. He's an Arsenal fan. He wanted to come Arsenal. They said, nah, we can do it in the summer. He said, nah, I'm out now. And I truly believe, and this is what I said it's funny, I said it today in the gym. You see, this was Fergie, at top of the league, right? In January, right? And he sees that he knows what's happened. Let's say he lost to Wenger the season before, and he lost to Chelsea or Mourinho the season before, and he knows January, he's top of the league by 6-7 points, right? He's going and getting Berbatov, bro. He's going and getting the man that he needs, in it, because he's already first. He wants to stay there, and this is the thing that we've done every season.
That guy was ruthless, bro.
Ruthless. And the problem, what I feel that Arteta has is that whether I don't feel like it's funding, I feel like the team are willing to back him, but I feel like he struggles to identify the proper talent needed in the crucial times. But it's right there, like we can all see it. It's right there in your face. Like we can see Semenyo's right in your face, bro. Same way you pulled the trigger on Madueke, go pull the fucking trigger on this brother because he's there.
So you see what I said, yeah. You see when I said I had a bone to pick with you, bro. It's Madueke, bro. It's Madueke, bro.
You want to talk to me about Madueke?
I watched one of your segments, bro. I watched one of your segments. I'll hold it.
We'll get there. Give me a second. We'll get to Madueke. But the point, we're just going to end up this little piece here. But this is the point I'm making, bro. These are the things that when you come to the end of the season, this is the difference between like FA Cups, League Cups, Champions League and Premier League titles. This is the difference because in the times when you needed to inject the club, I don't care if it puts you over the numbers in terms of players in the squad and certain man have to get dropped out. Like you need to put these players in there because you sent other players on loan and you did whatever. Like that, you shouldn't have sent the young boy Ranieri on loan. Then, like, you get what I mean? If you're not going to invest and bring players in, have him there because when you're struggling now, you need that little bit of young boy flair now that can get you out of a pickle, that you can put on the right-hand side and do something for you. So when it's all said and done, I feel like the lack of...
can we get Shane out of this chat?
Shane, don't worry. Shane stayed up late for this. Shane stayed up late for this.
Shane's moving mad.
The thing is, what these men don't understand, right? People like these Liverpool fans like Shane don't understand. He's achieving nothing. Yeah, he feels like he's doing the most. He's achieving nothing. He's got work in the morning. Shane, go to bed, bro. He's got work in the morning. Go to bed, bro. You might hear in the comment section, bro. Go to bed.
Liverpool fans here are so vocal, bro. And the thing is, with Liverpool fans being so vocal, bro, you won a Premier League. I see you in the comments going, Liverpool have 2 yet. Blah, 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 blah. Bro, you are the reigning champions, yeah? You guys were so far ahead of the rest of the pack last season. You man went on holiday early. So if you've gone on holiday early, yeah, you're in IB for going on holiday early, surely you can start your training earlier because you man are ahead of schedule. I think you man won by like 10 or so points. You then invest £500 million into your team to rebuild your team and rebuild your squad depth. The same like us, we had to rebuild our squad depth. The same as Chelsea, they tried to rebuild their squad depth. Obviously, them man did a poor job and it looks like we've done a better job because we're fighting for the title, but we still have issues with our squad depth. But you, man, spent £500 million reinvesting in your squad after winning it, and then you're now 5th. You're 5th. And you're fighting with Brentford and Bournemouth.
Don't worry, let's talk about Madueke. You know what? Listen. Don't even entertain them, man. You know what?
Because I have to ask him. What's he trying? What is he doing here? Like,
no. Them things are mess. Them things are mess. But this is the crash out that they want. This is the crash out that they want. Yeah. So don't even entertain Shane. They want the crash out.
Back in the room.
We know their thing. We know. Look, we know their thing. See, look. We know we've been abysmal. I didn't even need to read it. I knew what he was gonna come with. Yeah. I reckon listen, the thing with Liverpool, and what they will say is that they've done it, they've won it. It is where it is. And like he's saying, Arteta's not done it. So this is where the question marks come. I still feel Arteta has the ability to do it, but he needs to learn fast.
How do you know? When you say this, where do you get this from?
Do you know what I say? How does he? You know what? I don't get me wrong. I am sliding more towards your outlook on things. So we are meeting somewhere. So I need you to hear me out and hear my logic, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? I am sliding towards a bit of if he can't get it done, we might have to pull in Cesc or get a next one in or something. Do you get what I mean? Like I'm with that, yeah. But the reason why I'm willing to give man a little bit more, just a little. And I remember when we had the 6-hour conversation outside the restaurant that time.
Wow. Hey, Arteta has come between our friendship so many times.
Listen, I'm telling you, me and Arteta, yeah. If people go and watch previous episodes, me and this brother argued the fuck out over this Arteta thing. Yeah? But the only reason, and I stand on what I said, if you remember what I said then, the only reason I'm willing to give this brother more time is because we haven't fully capitulated as a team. I still see an upward trajectory, no matter how flat and straight it's getting. there's still a slight incline on it, yeah.
So
And I did say, you remember, I did say that. I did say
we've reached the final now. We're in the semis back to
all
back.
right, look, listen, Champions League semi-final 2 seasons in a row. Yeah, it came down to the last 5 games. I think we capitulated a lot quicker last season. Anyway, I feel like we was out of the title race like 15 games out. So we're getting closer. So we're still on an upwards trajectory. But no, all jokes aside, the only reason I'm being serious now, the only reason I'm still willing to give Arteta time is because when I look at other clubs, I look at your Chelsea's, I look at your Man United's, right? And you look at even Liverpool at some point, and that, so not so much City. City have kind of been, since Pep's gone in, they've always competed, yeah. But if you look at the other teams around, even Tottenham, all these teams, they've all tried to compete at the highest level like we've been competing these last few seasons. And it's not easy. That shows you that we're kind of lucky that Arteta turned it around in the first 2 years and started competing in his third year. Yeah, we've been kind of lucky in that sense, right? Yes, he hasn't got it over the line and people will question his ability to do so. But if you compare it to how long Fergie's gone and how long, United have gone through, they've gone through a conveyor belt of managers to the point where Mourinho said his second place was his best achievement. Like, and people laughed at him, but now we got it. We understand it now because they've never come close again since, yeah? And then you look at Chelsea, the amount of money Chelsea has spent, the amount of managers that they spent, yeah? It just goes to show you, yes, you can throw money at a situation, but if the setup ain't right, it don't work. So yes, we can all be mad at Arteta and we're so desperate to get over the line. That's why we're going through the blender in terms of emotions, yeah? Let's not take away from the fact that he was able to turn this club around within this short space of time, where other clubs have spent years and decades and still haven't got it right, yeah? But that doesn't give him grace. That doesn't, I might have gave him grace with me last season and 2 seasons ago when we was arguing over it, but I feel like the one thing I did say this season is that I felt that you had to bring something home in it. Like, and I still stand on that. Like, I don't feel like if he goes completely without anything, it's like get rid of the man. But I felt that, and this takes me on to the quadruple talk, because I know a lot of men were like Arsenal and quadruple, and you man was screaming the quadruple. I wasn't so much screaming the quadruple, but the feeling that I had was that because we hadn't won anything, you have to go hard in everything. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you haven't got the grace to take any of the cups lightly. Like, even playing and fielding the team that you fielded for the FA Cup, yeah, to me that shows that you're kind of throwing the cup, yeah, because you're not taking it as serious. Because other teams, if you look at the team Chelsea played in their round before, and you look at the teams Man City played and Liverpool played in the round before, they played a much more serious team. Yes, the team that we had should have got us over the line, but
I remember we were hampered. We were hampered by injuries, though. So yeah, we have to like, as much as I can be like quite harsh and tough on Arteta, I do understand the contents and nuance of particular situations. So the FA Cup games, we were hampered by like injuries, and the team was kind of picking itself, especially in the Southampton game. However, like you just said and alluded to, we definitely had a team that should have been capable of beating those teams. So I think like I get your logic in regards to your support for Arteta and whatnot, but I suppose for me it's like I've always been someone that's got a bit of an appetite for risk, and I know you, and I think you've also got an appetite for risk, and I know that just based on the way that we both live our lives, innit? So as two people that have got appetite for risk, I don't think that it's unreasonable of me to think, all right, you know what? I don't mind maybe like seeing this solid foundation Arteta's built, thanking him, saying, "Well played, man. Nudge, say for that, brother. Keep it moving now. You built a good base for us. Let's get someone else in, and I might risk a slight drop off for the potential of maybe winning everything, because that risk is." Like we've seen the risk. We've seen what it's done to Spurs. We've seen what it's done to Chelsea. Chelsea's just sat there. I think, is it their 5th manager in however long? Liam Rossignol. We've seen United go through the blender, like you said. We've seen it all happen. But for me, I'm like, I know that with Arteta, I'm going to be comfortably competing and challenging, but I also know that I'm going to capitulate in April and I might not win anything, because I've seen that time after time after time. So I'm thinking, if we maybe move somebody else on that maybe has that winning pedigree, there's a chance that we might win, and I'm prepared to take that risk. Also knowing it's a risk, because you got also. This doesn't mean that Arteta hasn't done a great job. It just means that I'm at a space as a fan where I'm ready to win now. Like, I'm not a younger fan, where, you know what I mean? Like, this is mad exciting for me. I haven't seen us win the Premier League.
Yeah.
I'm an older fan that I come from winning. I come from winning. You know what I mean? And I've waited 2+ decades now. So it's getting to the point where it's like, I know I think Arteta's going to grow to be a winning manager somewhere. And I'd love for that to be at Arsenal. But how long do I wait for it? So that's the question I ask myself. How long do I wait for it? And you
run the risk that you run, and I hear everything you're saying, and I agree. But the risk that you run is the next man that comes in doesn't guarantee that he gets the same output out of these players and gets the same results and challenges. But that's the risk. But then, how would you feel if the team totally drops off? Because that's the thing. The point I make about what you see with Man United and what you see with other teams, it's not just as easy as that. Everyone feels that changing the manager is going to guarantee you anything. It doesn't. And we've seen that with other clubs. So you could run that risk. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you. Let's say we run him at the club.
That's the risk that I'm willing to take. That's the risk. You go over. You take that risk.
I'll be real.
You take that risk in your life every single day, bro. When you go and you run your businesses, when you run your clothing line. Back in the day, we used to be in a betting group. Yeah, I'm not advocating for betting, guys. But back in the day, we used to be in a betting group, and we used to turn fivers into 5 bills, 5 bags, and then when you turn it into that amount of money, you'll take a bigger chunk of that, and we might use 5 bills of that to turn it into bigger amounts of money. These are risks. So we already know we've got an appetite for risk. So why would I now think to myself, oh man, we might drop off, bro? Like, I might lose my money, but there's a chance I'm going to make more. You know, if I use all my time right now, it's past midnight at the moment as we're recording. I know if I use all my time now talking about Arsenal and recording content, right, have you not, it might make me more tired when I'm working the next day. But I know that doing this, making this content, what have you not, one, it's good, man. It's good therapy, man. I'm talking to my boy about football. 2, we're growing this channel, like, you know what I mean? There's going to be more people locking in. It's the risks that we take. So using that zest for life, bro, why would I not take that into the way I support my club? Why would I not hear it? I don't want to just be on this even kill. I want to go upwards, and if I have to go down to go upwards, I'm happy to do it, bro. So
that's where we differ. And you know what? I'm gonna make a strong point, because I had some Man United fans come at me, today, big up Jamaiah and all of them collecting gains and whatever. Them and the Man United fans, they come at me today. And I made a strong, and they were talking about keeping is it Carrick on at manager, And I was like, you might need to keep him. Same way, like, you see when they had Ten Hag, I was like, let Ten Hag stay, let him stay. They're like, nah, because why we want him to stay? Because we know he's shit. We know he's shit. And one thing I clocked, right? Why is it everyone wants Arteta to leave?
I heard that.
What Shane just said. Keeping the manager doesn't guarantee you nothing, because he's on the side of getting rid of the manager. Why are our rival fans on the side of getting rid of the manager? You're a clever guy because you know why? Because they know that it's not that easy. You get rid of the manager, there's no guarantee. Yes, we run the risk, and like you say, we're all risk averse, but also I'm at an age I like to play calculated, clever risk taking, when I make my little bets and I make my little gambles, right now, the calculated risk that I'd rather put my money on is giving someone that I know that has come close but not got it there another chance, then spinning it on someone else brand new that I don't know whether I'm going to get a return on my investment. Do you get what I'm saying?
You know what? Let me pause you on that one. I'm just going to pause you there, And just because I don't want to lose this train of thought, if you're risk averse, you make calculated risks, So then tell me why, Mr. Douglas. Tell me why. You was telling me that, you know what, man? I want to see Madueke. I want to see Madueke now. I want to see Madueke now. Saka's not doing it for me. You know what I mean? I want to see Madueke. What kind of calculated risk was that, bro? Tell me that. And how was
you the thing with the Madueke thing, right? The thing with me and Madueke, right? Don't get me wrong. I don't not dislike I like Madueke.
I don't dislike him either.
I actually, to be fair, I actually like Madueke. He's got a few things he needs to work on. Yeah, I feel like the defensive side of his game. You got to think. Remember, Saka has grown in a system where at Arsenal where he's played on the left side, left back, right wing. So he understands the roles of having to track back, defend, and then bomb on. That's why his legs are gone. Because remember, this brother's done a whole heap of running up and down, yeah? So Saka gives you that more extra that we've been accustomed to having and been quite fortunate of having and seeing on that right side, yeah? So now when you come in and you got someone like Madueke that comes in that doesn't do what we're accustomed to seeing on that right side, but gives you a little bit something different, but not doing the fundamental basics as what we expect our winners to do, like Martinelli and Saka, which is track back, defend, because that's what we are pretty good at. We do run hard, we defend strongly, and we defend. All men defend. Like Arteta's philosophy is run, and they run hard, and they're very good at that. When you have players that come from different backgrounds, like Madueke coming from a Chelsea team, and I chat to certain Chelsea man, it is very, very fucked up over there. Yeah, like, I feel sorry for any Chelsea fans in the chat. You man's thing is backwards, yeah. It's gonna take a long time to grind that out of someone like Madueke, but what he has shown, man,
he's gone, bro.
He's gone, bro. But what Madueke has shown me, that he's shown me flashes of potential that I do like, and I feel that.
But you see why I'm calling you out on this one, though, D.
Right, what did I say though?
Because you know what? Because you're using your same Arteta analogy. You're like, well, look, I like to hedge. You basically told me you like to hedge your bets. You're a calculated gambler, yeah. So when you're trading, you like to make trades, yeah, whereby there's more chance of you winning. So the way that you calculate your trade, how are you gonna now go from someone who you know and trust? Underlying numbers are always elite. Underlying numbers in Saka. Yes, his goals haven't always hasn't hit the mark this season or last season, but obviously we know that injuries have played a part. Yes, his assists have dropped down, but some of those assists that he hasn't got are a little bit dubious, but we know his underlying numbers are always high. Why are you trading that, taking the risk for
I didn't say he needs to replace Saka. No.
But you,
I didn't say he needs to replace Saka.
Hey, buddy, I watched your segment.
Listen, no, at the time, what I was saying this season, let me get it right, because I know what I can't remember exactly what I said, but I know the energy I was coming with, because I know I'm not on the one of replace Saka, but I feel like because of the way Saka was playing, I think it was even in the Leverkusen game. I think some of the games I went to the Leverkusen game, I saw Saka play. I think there was a few games that I watched and I saw Saka playing, and the game was crying out for Madueke, because I felt that Madueke this season has given us a little bit more than what Saka's been able to give us in terms of, we've seen it. Madueke comes on the pitch, he's taking his man on, he's getting to the byline. The problem is he doesn't have the end product to marry up with the 1v1s that he can achieve and whatever. So my thing is, I wouldn't want him to. If he could step up, I know exactly what I said. Yeah, if Madueke could step up to the point where he now is saying, "I'm the man on right wing for Arsenal." Yeah, even though we've given Saka this big contract and promised him whatever he wants to promise him, but Madueke comes and says, "Listen, actually, I'm gonna turn up, yeah, and I'm gonna give this kind of challenge to Saka." I'm here for it, because as it stands right now, he's more energetic. He's much quicker. He's willing to run. He's willing to.
He's not even better than.
No, but what I'm trying to. No, I hear it. But what I'm trying to say is, if he raises his game, I'm not talking about the Madueke that stands before us right now.
Okay,
so let's get that right. Yeah. Remember, I said if he can raise his game to the level where he challenges Saka, because basically, if he doesn't raise his game and can challenge Saka, Saka's gonna, as soon as Saka's fit, he's back in the team.
Yeah,
and we know this.
But all right, so I guess what I'm asking you is, why were you willing to take that risk? But when it comes to Arteta, you're so protective. You don't want to take no risk.
It's not take a risk. If Madueke steps his game up, it's not a risk. He's in our team already. So why would I not want him to do well? He's already an Arsenal player. It's not like he's at Chelsea and I have the choice or we're debating whether we should sign him or not after, and I'm saying, yeah, you know what, I think he has the potential and he could outdo Saka, and you're saying, why would you want to take that risk when,
he's there already.
Rodrigo's out there? Let's go and get Rodrigo instead.
He's
an Arsenal player, so if he can step up and and actually do the business, who do I care? I just want whoever's on the right wing to be converting and doing what they need to do. Do you get it? It could be Madueke, it could be Saka. Because this is another thing that we do as Arsenal fans, yeah? We have emotional connections to players. Not saying you, but in the past, and even Arteta's done it sometimes where...
Saka's my favourite Arsenal player. I'll admit that. Saka's my favourite.
Yeah, like Arteta's done it this season where really, when Odegaard's been fit, he should have dropped Odegaard and played Eze, in my eyes. But Odegaard's gone back into the team. And got the armband back.
What are you saying about what Jay Atoyle is saying about Ryan from Bournemouth? He's an Arteta kind of profile, like quite tall, big, imposing, and he's quite jinky. Like,
my thing is,
right now, because we've missed a man like Semenyo. Would you take a chance on a man like Ryan?
I'm at a point right now. I'll be honest. I'm at a point right now. Yeah, I don't want to take no chances on none of them. I'm at a point right now.
You want proven,
bro. Go and get Dembele. Go get Kvaratskhelia. Go and get all the madmen, because what one thing we saw against
go and get Luis Enrique. Go and get Alonso.
What I'm trying to say is what we saw.
We're saying the same thing.
You could do all of that.
Saying it for players,
Alonso don't guarantee you as well. That what I'm saying is, if you get the people, like, let's say you go and get a Desiree Doué, yeah, or you go and get these players. What I'm trying to say is that when you looked at our lineup against City, yeah, and our front four against City's front four in the game, you looked at, there's only one person that you could really say at that front four was Eze. Like, that is on par. Like, that's the difference maker. Like, yeah. So, but I guarantee if you had a front four with Eze, yeah, then you had Gyökeres, and then you had Desiree Doué, and you had someone else on the right. You look at that lineup and you'd be like, oh, that's a dangerous front three, you know, that's a dangerous front four. That is our problem. Do you get me? Hey,
if you know Doug's thing, he butchers everyone's name still. That's Doug's. I'm
shit with names, bro. I'm shit with names, yeah. But I feel like it has to be proven players now. Like, I feel like we've done the, like, if we went and got my man at City, yeah, we went and got Semenyo. Semenyo, for me, yeah, he's a difference changer. Like, he can do bits in it, like, and you're seeing that at City. He's gone there to City, and he's instantly made a difference. You see, even with Mark Gay went in there and he's made a difference. They've had no Ruben Neves. He's been out all season. There's like, they've had players out, and these men have made the difference. So it's not a case of buying a player that you think is okay. You need difference makers now.
What about like, so you remember, like, back in the day, yeah, when we used to do these segments, yeah, and I was yearning to get like an Alexander Isak, and obviously Liverpool got him, and I see Shane's comment, like, bear in mind it's not working out so far for Isak. Yeah, so there's a case study there to show that. Like,
but I'm glad we didn't go for Isak. Even at the time, I wasn't going to say this to Liverpool fans, because I was like, yeah, go and spend 100 and something million on Isak, and they were talking, but I think around the time when the Isak rumors was going around and he was going to Liverpool, there was a lot of stuff talking about his injury record. You know, even Jason highlighted a lot of things that even though they didn't want him to leave, they're willing to run the risk on Isak, is because he's already their player. But spending 150 million, 140 million on someone that you don't really know if they can even take that step up. And to be honest, yes, he was good the season before, but he wasn't great. I think there was more hype around him than there was actually.
He was the second best striker in the league.
Yeah, no, he was the second best, but there was a lot of hype. And remember, one thing that for all the hype that we didn't take into consideration is that he missed most of the season. So yes, when he was fit, he was doing the bits.
Yeah.
But he missed most of the season.
There.
And I feel like
his availability was letting him down a bit still.
And sometimes people don't ever let us get over the fact of Nicolas Pepe. It got bought up today, but sometimes the price tag can weigh heavy on a player. So let's say Isak had gone to Liverpool for a respectable 60 million, 65 million, yeah. He might have gone in and been a bit more, do you get what I mean? But where Liverpool messed up, they went and got another striker that looks like he was open to do bits. So you're on the sidelines watching this striker coming and thinking, boy, did they even really need me? We really got a striker. Do you get what I'm saying? Then you go for the big money and go over there. And then you got the pressure of trying to win your spot because they've already gone and bought another talisman. Do you get what I mean? So That there was just
But I suppose I hear you though. But I suppose I think his point is still like, I think both of you are making kind of like the same points. I suppose because you like we need proven players now, yeah. But proven players don't necessarily work out, which is why I kind of heard what Jay Atona was saying when he's like, "Oh, would you consider a Rayan, so to speak?" But everybody, like, obviously, like, there's no black and white thing here, but it's kind of like again the manager argument where you would prefer to hedge your bets with Arteta, but I'm probably of more err on the side of get someone.
I'm
proven.
more on the side of proven players, but proven that can be a difference maker. So yes,
but we've seen,
they took the risk.
We've seen Isak be a difference maker for Newcastle. Like even if he is injured,
but also the injury record was there. Like you can say we know this best because we've bought players that have been injury prone, and the injury proneness has come through to the light and fucked us up. Do you get what I mean? So we know this. Like sometimes, yes, the player can be injury prone and you buy them and it works out. But sometimes if you buy injury, it's like if you buy a car that's broken down and it breaks down on you, you're not going to be surprised if the car was broken down when you get what I'm saying? Yeah,
no.
So my thing is, let's say for example, my man on the right at Bayern Munich, what's his name? From Liverpool, from Palace. Elise. So now that's a proven player that the quality's got enough quality to be a difference maker. You get what I'm saying? You're not really running a risk with him because we know that he's been in the Prem, he's done bits, he's gone Bayern Munich, raised his game to a next level now that if you used to go and spend 100 million, 120 million on this player, you know what you're gonna get. Yet, even Shane makes a point here,
No, that
Van Persie proving at Arsenal. He was great at Man United. What's he talking about, bro? Come out of here, man.
Yeah, man, he won a Premier League.
He was the difference maker at Man United for them to win the league.
If anything, we got shamed. We persevered with Van Persie's injury record. He went to United,
for him to go there and do the badness.
Into the freaking Prem.
But then they bought a proven player from the Prem that got over his injury worries. That's the thing, because Van Persie actually got over his injury problems to then perform 2 great seasons for Arsenal to go on to Man United to win them the league. Do you get what I'm saying?
Ironically, even though the comment Shane made stunk, actually that's a good example because Van Persie is an Isak. You can't rely on his availability. But because he's proven in the Prem, Alex Ferguson said, you know what? I'm taking these man's best player.
Yeah.
But then he fired them to a Premier League title.
He proved his availability. That's the thing. He was very unreliable availability wise. But then you think the season when we could have made it to the Champions League final in the semis, he was there. He was very much present. And the season before that, his
injuries record still spoke for itself.
His injury record was still bad.
They still took the risk, and then they went and won. So as much as I hear you in terms of the availability, I personally think, you see what we do as fans, not just Arsenal fans, just as fans, we always find a way to kind of cope with, it's like that, I don't know, it's like a mental thing. It's like to cope with something, like to cope with missing out. We find a way to rationalize it, yeah? And the rationalization is logical, like, because there's nothing you said that don't make sense, Doug. Everything you're saying makes sense, but if you think to yourself, what would you have rathered? You're always going to rather someone that has proven their quality in the Prem.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm leaning towards. I'm leaning towards proven quality. Like, I'm leaning towards
proven quality manager-wise as well. So
Yeah, I hear that. But then proven in the game of football, proven quality manager-wise has shown that it don't always work. Jose Mourinho is proven quality. And how many clubs has he been to since he's actually had a big domestic win? Yeah, he's a winner. But how long has he gone without big domestic wins? Let me
you
get what I'm saying? He's been to a lot of clubs. He went to Man United, got a few trophies at Man United, but then he's never really reached the peak and the heights of what he achieved at Man City, at Chelsea and at Real Madrid since. Yeah, there's a couple players like, yes, you could go and get Ancelotti, proven winner. Yeah, probably can come in and do the business at Arsenal. There are managers that probably could come in and do the business, but then there's also managers, are they available for us like that? Do you get what I'm saying? You obviously mentioned Xabi Alonso. Yeah, we saw Xabi Alonso go from Bayer Leverkusen to Real Madrid, and we saw what
Real Madrid is great. Real Madrid is a great. Real Madrid is a normal. You can't. No one could use.
Yeah,
Real Madrid.
I hear it. I hear it. But he still went there, isn't it? You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So let's be real. Like, let's be real. Nah, I hear it. Everything.
I hear what you're saying about
when we're
Ray
talking on opinions, when we're talking on opinions and speculation and opinions, there's no right or wrong because we don't know because it's not happened. So yes, you could be very right. Like someone else
you're
could
basically
come in
you're
as a manager.
still, you're Arteta in basically. You're in a roundabout way. You're still Arteta in, even if we don't win.
Arteta inside.
Even if we don't win. Even if we don't win this season.
I think I watched a clip with one of your guys on your show, and he made a strong point, and it was one of the clips. I think I commented on it, and
okay,
I'm in agreement with him. Like, yes,
okay,
yes, at some point there will be time for change, innit? There will be time for change at some point. But at the moment, we are still banging on the doors. We're into another semi-final. Remember, the season's not done yet,
No, it's not done, of course.
And this is the thing. And I feel like this kind of conversation is something that you have at the end of the season, depending on how you feel. Remember, all these things work on emotion because we can be saying, get Arteta out now, and he leads us to our first Champions League.
Yeah.
Because we've never come that close before. Do you get what I mean? Like, come now, let's just get the season done. That's what I'm saying, because
if he does, I'll keep quiet.
With Arteta and this team, the thing with this team and Arteta, and I would say now is that they compete and they've been showing that they're competing and they've been doing the business 3-4 seasons in a row. There's not many teams out there that are doing that. Liverpool fell off last season, and they went and got a new manager. New manager won it, spent $500 million, non-existent. The only real managers that consistently Pep right now. Then you've had obviously Ancelotti was doing it at Real Madrid. Luis Enrique's doing it in France, and then you now have Barcelona. My man at Barcelona has done it for the last 2 seasons. There's not many managers out there that are showing, and obviously Vincent Kompany's doing what he's doing at Bayern Munich the last 2 seasons. Obviously they were unlucky last year to win it. Leverkusen was good, but they've won it this year. Do you get what I'm saying? There's not many out there. So I hear the whole uproar and change, but what man am I understanding? I think we live in a world now where everyone wants it now and people are very ungrateful for what they got. I'm kind of grateful that we got Arteta because I feel like if we didn't have him right now, I hear you. And don't get me wrong, I'm saying I still agree with how you feel. But bro, if we never had Arteta, there's a guarantee, and let's say we were still with Unai Emery, or we went and got Unai Emery and we went with our next manager and we were still in the mud, we wouldn't even know what it feels like to feel like now, where we're competing and all of this shit. You get what I'm saying? So
I get what you're saying, but I'm willing. But I do think if and by the way, I rate Arteta over Unai Emery, so I'm going to start there. But if Unai Emery had 6 years at Arsenal with the same kind of support Arteta's got, the same kind of time, I'm not overly confident that Emery doesn't get more trophies than Arteta has in the 6 years. Like, I think there's an argument to say.
Let's be real. I think we're forgetting.
I'm not. That's why I started. I started by saying that I rate Arteta over Emery, and I hated the style of football that we eventually started playing under Emery. But I also do know Emery didn't have as much time, and Emery didn't get as much support by way of funds from the top down. And I've seen Emery take a relegation form playing Aston Villa to Champions League. Looks like he's going to get Champions League again, and he's in with a shout to win the Europa. And this is within a few seasons and with a little bit of support, and he hasn't got the resources at Arsenal. So as much as I rate Arteta over Emery,
the level of the manager.
I understand, but as much as I rate Arteta over Emery, I can't confidently tell you that with the same kind of support that Emery might not have been more successful trophy-wise. I can't tell you league position-wise, but at least trophy-wise than Arteta. And I don't know how...
We see his ceiling. We saw his ceiling. I think you forget. We saw his ceiling. We saw the Europa League final against Chelsea, how abysmal it was.
Of course, man. That was crazy.
We saw where... even leading up to him getting sacked, the run he was on. We've seen it with Villa. Don't get me wrong. Look how he moved when he lost to us. Didn't even go and shake the manager's hand. He has his moments of going under, bro. He has, because you remember, they were flying high. They were flying. And then they're making Champions League. They're going to make Champions League this season. But then the reason why they're making Europa is because the Europa system has changed now, where the Champions League teams don't drop down into Europa. Because remember, what used to happen is that there used to be a few upsets in Champions League. Then you had some big boys drop down into the next, like you'd have your Juventuses and you would have your PSGs before they became what they were, and all these other teams like your Atletico Madrids and that would drop down into the Europa League tournament and make that a whole different ball game. Now these lot are lucky. These Premier League teams are lucky that you don't see all of that. So the worst team you're going to come up against is like a Fiorentina or a fucking AC Milan.
No, I hear you. I hear
like, you get what I mean? Like you might Atalanta. You're telling me these Premier League Aston Villa can't handle an Atalanta? Come on, like
right, let me
worst that they're gonna get. Yeah.
Let me phrase it differently. Yeah. And I'll be happy to move on afterwards. Yeah. But let me just phrase it differently, because I get what you're saying. Again, another strong point, but it's less about it's kind of less about like what's going on and the competitions and stuff that they're in. It's more about the manager, the mentality of the manager, and what I'm from top down. So let me try and phrase it differently. You see Enzo Maresca at Chelsea, yeah. He won a couple of trophies with Chelsea, like the FIFA Club World Cup. I know that was in the preseason, so a lot of people don't count it, but one day that probably will be a more recognized trophy. And then he won the Europa Conference trophy, yeah, which obviously Chelsea were head and shoulders above everybody, yeah.
Wait there. Just sorry to cut you there, bro. Keep it. Tyrone just raided the Twitch, yeah. Big up Ty for the raid, yeah. Big up all the viewers in Twitch that are locked in. I could just see the whole thing's going mad. Big up yourselves, yeah. Rate that.
Enough.
Sorry to cut you there, fam.
No.
Big up all the W's in the chat on the Twitch. You get me? Yeah, bro. Man.
But yeah, no, I was gonna say, so we see, like, if you had, like, most people, yeah, would use, but Enzo only won trophies with Chelsea because Chelsea spent $1 billion and they were the best team in the Europa Conference. It was only preseason. Nobody really cared. He had to play bare Brazilian teams and just play PSG in the final, this and that. I'm like, all right, cool. These are valid points. But then I ask, if Arteta was in that same position, would he have won? I don't know.
Yeah.
So you see from where I answer, I don't know, yeah? That's where I'm like, well, boy, like, I have to start thinking about a different gaffer, because I need to be more confident that my gaffer goes on a win. So that's it. Like, it's not to say that I don't rate him. I think I do rate him. I rate his ability to keep us competitive, but now I'm just looking for that edge that takes us over. You get me?
Yeah, no, I feel you, bro. I feel you. It's tough, man. It's tough, but right now I'm of the better the devil we know. And I'm willing to roll it again on another season. Plus, I'm willing to stick it out with the team right now till the end of the season, because we're still in it. Like, as you see today, City only won by a goal. Where really,
does that give you confidence?
Them. It wasn't.
Does that give you confidence?
It wasn't convincing. Yeah, man. Because they go to an informed Bournemouth. They play an informed Bournemouth. Yeah. They got to play the next game's against Everton away. They also got to play Aston Villa last game of the season. I still feel like there's twists and turns, and I still feel like we have to stick it out. Even also off the back of our performances, that like the Man City game, I feel like we can definitely get a result at home and away with Atletico. It depends who you meet in the final is going to be the decider, but a cup final is a cup final, isn't it? Anything can happen. And as long as we don't show up like we did against City, you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, mate. would you think, would you think about prioritizing one of the trophies?
Nah, bro, we got to go for everything right now, man.
But have we got it?
Put it this way: if we was out of the league, then it was. Well, it's only two things within that. If we were still in the FA Cup, then it's like you got 8 games left. That's it, 8 games max. If you get knocked out the Champions League, you got 7 games max. You get what I'm saying? So if these men can't keep it together for 8 games,
I hear you, B. I hear you, but I'm starting to think
you get what I'm saying?
I get you, but I'm thinking we have to win this season. We have to win. And I'm thinking, 3 games to get a trophy, or 5 games, and the mental warfare against going up against Pep Guardiola. Forget Manchester City, Pep Guardiola. Because you see, Manchester City actually don't have as many proven winners in their current iteration of their team today as they have in the past. So actually, in terms of mentality wise, there shouldn't be too much difference between City and Arsenal when you think about it. Like they've got guys that's new to this as well. Guehi, Semenyo, that Kusanov or whatever his
Yeah,
name
that's
is.
what I'm saying.
You get what I
That's
mean?
where they could
You get-
potentially. That's where they
yeah,
could potentially.
but they've got Pep. But they've got Pep, and whereas
Yeah, they got a
and
different
we,
kind of cheerleader. Yeah.
yeah, and we've got a better run of games, but if you talk to a lot of Arsenal fans, a lot of them aren't even. I'm not really threatening the Newcastle game. I think Newcastle haven't been that great this season, but it would be just like us to play Newcastle at home, and we need to be beating them 2s, 3s to get the goal difference back up, and it'd be just like us to shit the bed. Whereas you would more likely probably, as much as City's got it tough, but we've got it tough. We got to go up against West Ham that are fighting against Spurs. Do you get what I mean? But City, they do have to fight against Everton.
Yeah, like I hear you and I agree. Like we have both sides have got it tough. Arsenal have got it tough. City have got it tough. But I feel like the one thing I felt like there was so much stress leading up to City catching us, right? Which they've done now. They've gone top, yeah? There was so much stress. It's like we're here now. Like, I feel like the stress has left me now. Like, we're here now. So, and that'll probably be the same for the players. They're probably stressing out so much and about this actual day happening, and we've come to it now. So now you've got to play ball because you've already got yourself caught in it. So you ain't got nothing to lose now. It is where it is. You've really done it. City are in the driving seat now. They are the leaders of their own destiny. It's not in our hands anymore, even though it is slightly in our hands. If City go and smash teams, they win it. Because you know what I mean? So we're kind of both in the same sort of place.
It's literally a shootout now, boy.
Yeah. But which you would put City as the driving seat of that, because you know they got the talent to be able to go and win these games 4-5-0 and do that. But they've already shown today that they had an opportunity to make a gap and do it, and they got the win, but they scraped it. Yeah. So
I can't lie, man.
If they play like how they played today against Burnley, and they take that form to Everton, I feel Everton can go and get a result in it. Like I honestly feel Everton could probably go there and do something. Do you get what I'm saying? So I do think it's not over yet, even though man are celebrating like that it's all done and you know Arsenal have bottled it and it's all over. Them man, trust me, they're feeling good about themselves, but they're still concerned at the fact that it's not confirmed that it's over. Do you get what I'm saying? Them man are still worried. You get what I mean? Because they want to say like
everyone's gonna be worried and nervy, but it just comes down to what we've seen in the past, innit? Like it's like we would probably bet like City are now the favourites, yeah, and it's crazy because literally just 12 days ago, bro. 12 days ago, we were 9 points ahead, bro. Just 12 days ago. Maybe let's call it 13 days now that we've got into the new day. Yeah, we were 9 points ahead, bro, and all of a sudden now we're literally level on points, level on goal difference. The only thing that puts City above us is they've scored more goals than us. Yeah, so now it's a shootout. Moving forward, most people, even Arsenal fans, if we're all going to keep it honest with each other, you'd probably back City to kind of edge that race, because obviously anytime they're in a race with somebody head to head, City normally come out on top. The only time when they don't is when we've seen Liverpool interrupt their back-to-back Premier League title wins, and Liverpool normally walk the league. So the 2 times Liverpool have won it in City's reign, Liverpool's walked it. It's not been a like head-to-head race, but anytime City's been in a head-to-head race, they tend to win it. It'll be great if we win it. That'll be dope. And have you noticed as well now, Doug? Yeah, we're not hearing the Premier League is shit anymore. The Premier League ain't competitive. Now that Arsenal are now that we're second, now that we've had a little bit of squeaky bum time, now that it's all competitive, all of a sudden the Premier League is dope again. The Premier League, we're not hearing the Premier League is, you know what I mean? If we win it, I'm telling you, like it will reset a lot of things. It'll be great. Arsenal actually have a duty to the football world to win the Premier League, because it will reset a lot of things. But taking that to the side, I'm just thinking logically, to my logic, I'm just thinking to ensure that we win one of the trophies. I think I would prioritize one of the. I've tried to prioritize both of them, but one of them would get a little bit more weight.
I hear it. But we can't.
For me, I'm going for the Champions League. I'm going Champions League.
Yeah, no, I hear it. But the league's not over. And the thing is, if you was to do that and hand the league to City and put all your eggs on the Champions League and it not pay off, it'll be the stupidest.
Not all your eggs. Let's say I've got 10 eggs.
You gotta go for both.
Let's say I've got 10 eggs. I'm not hearing
it. Wait. Is Mr. Richman and Winnie Poole gonna be talking like this, bro? Is this how you're talking now, fam?
No, but I'm talking like you. I'm hedging now, fam. I'm trying to hedge bets. That's what I'm trying to say. I've got 10 eggs. I've got 10 eggs, yeah? I've got 10 eggs. I'm putting 6 of them in the Champions League and 4 of them in the Prem. That's what I'm doing. So what you do? You're splitting 5-5.
5-5, bro. We gotta go for it. We gotta go for both.
Say nothing.
Because listen, bro. You know why? You know why we gotta go for both? Because it's the same reason why we was talking quadruples. Because it wasn't because we felt that something that hasn't ever been done will be done. It's because we knew we had to win something. So you gotta go for everything. Right now, we can't afford. We're not in a position to prioritize. If we was like how we was last season, where Liverpool, City are far ahead of us, they're like 8 points clear, 9 points clear. Yes, we can catch them, but it's looking a bit slim.
Can I give you a little bit of context? Why I think
but bro, it's a shootout right now. We could,
you know what?
I'll give you a bit of context. Win both.
We could, but the context to it though, Doug, is we're missing some key players, bro.
I hear it.
I'm just trying to make sure that we have got the strongest iteration of the players that we have available for at least one of them.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. I can't believe what I'm hearing. This is unlikely, bro.
Hey, family, we're in a crisis, buddy. We're in a crisis. We gotta win, buddy.
Unlikely, bro. I can't believe what I'm hearing, bro.
We've got to win, buddy.
Nah, I'm going for everything. I don't know what the chat's feeling like. I don't know what the people that are watching on YouTube feel like or the people that are watching on Twitch feel like. But my personal opinion is I feel like we have to go for everything. I feel like, you can't. We're not in a position that we can now prioritize one or the other. And then that, if we're not prioritizing the league, it be rolling the dice, everything on Champions League. I feel like the league is still there to be won. We have to go for it. You can't. I'm not hit like I can't. Yeah, we can't back down on that. And Champions League, bro, we got Atletico Madrid holding away. Yeah,
I wanted to beat a test that tape. You know when you do like what you know one of them beat a test. I just want to test the temperature. Like, can I go live with this take? But I don't know. Like, let the comments know whether I'm onto something or
not. Biz Cartel. Big up yourself, says you have to go for everything. It's only 7 games left, basically, and I'm of that.
Have we got the capacity?
Them man have got 7 games left.
Have we got the capacity, Biz? Have we got the capacity?
That's the question I'm asking. It don't matter.
It does.
We're here now. It don't matter.
If we go for everything, if we go for everything and we haven't got the fuel, to get us to both destinations, and because we're trying to get to both destinations, we don't arrive at any of them.
Bro,
if we don't, listen,
they better dip that motherfucking Moreno in that fucking plunge pool and get his legs working. They better get a couple man back. Saka better fucking tie his hamstring back together and get everyone out there. I don't care if man fall apart. Like, bro, we get to the fucking end of the season and we got to go for everything. And we'll sort it out in the summer. Certain man that have to get sold will get sold. Man that have to get bought will get bought, but we'll deal with it in the fucking summer. But we are in a position we cannot afford. Put it this way, if we won the Carabao Cup, let's say we won the Carabao Cup, right? Carabao Cup, Carabao Cup, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
All right. Then I could say, all right, cool. We've had our little...
You've had one trophy at least. Yeah.
All right, let's go. Prioritize what we're doing here, which I think everyone would say Champions League. I think a lot of people say Champions League now. I think I started off the season saying, if I had to pick, what would I take? Yeah, would it be the Champions League or the Premier League? And I picked the Champions League. I kind of switched to the Premier League after being in the position.
I've always taken Champions League over the Prem just because we ain't won it yet. Yeah. And I rate what Biz, even what Biz just said. That's part of the reason why I'm thinking, boy, do we start prioritizing? Because I'm like, how can you let, like, I can't believe we're here. Like, you know what? Yeah. For those of you that like follow me outside of obviously the loose cannons that I do with Doug, after we drew with Nottingham Forest, yeah, I must have posted up on my stories, bottled it, man. I was getting abused, Doug. Arsenal fans was like, "What do you mean bottled it? Oh, I hate fans like you. I hate fans like you." But I said to them,
"Yeah, you're lucky I didn't see it because I would have cussed you out as well."
Yeah, but Doug,
but
why am I always? Why am I?
I did post.
Right?
I do think I did post a video
right?
on YouTube.
You probably cussed me.
Shut up, man! Stop trying to
always
be right. You're gonna do this again.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to. I don't want to be right. But why? Why do I always call it right? Have you not?
Bro,
like, is it, I'm not the oracle, you know. I haven't got no special powers, bro. All I go off here is trends and data. Yeah. I see what my club has done the season upon season upon season. So you see, when I come to you guys, my fellow Gooners, and I say, "Yo, do you think we should maybe just prioritize one of them?" I'm trying to be logical here, guys. I'm trying to be like, look, I see what my club's on.
I hear it. But you know why? You know why it's difficult? Because I hear what you're saying, yeah. And I think if the Premier League was in a different kind of setup and was in a different position in the Premier League, then I could leaning towards one or the other. But the Premier League isn't lost yet. So you can't really be at a stage where you prioritize. You're so close to both. You're so close to both. If it was like,
you know what? I saw Ange do it, innit? I know this is a crazy example, but I saw Ange Postecoglou prioritize the European trophy. He got him a trophy. It got him a trophy.
Look where they are now. They're getting relegated, big man.
Yeah, but he
getting relegated. It's like when Thanos snatched his daughter off the side of the thing in Avengers, and he has the dream, and she says, "How much did it cost? At what cost? Did it cost them winning that trophy, bro? It cost them everything, bro. It cost them everything, bro, because they're in the fucking mud right now. That's what it cost them, yeah?
So, maybe that was a bad example. Listen, my bad, yo.
No, it's a poor example.
My bad, yo.
I fuck with it. And I do believe that if we was in a different kind of position, if we was a bit more off the mark in terms of points, if we was a bit more leaning on one side, then, but bro, 5 games out, we got to go for everything. 5 games, bro. If it was 10 games out, and we still got to play Liverpool, and we got Chelsea, and we got that. Like, I'd have said, call it a day, because them games I don't see us getting through, But, bro, our fixtures, we got 1 game outside of London, all the rest of the games are in London. City have got hard games, and we could still get to a Champions League final and have rest, because you got to think the Champions League finals played a week after the league or 2 weeks after the league's finished. It's not played. You get what I mean? So if we made it to the final, we got time to recoup and get ready for the final. Do you get what I mean? So
should we do a little exercise?
Yeah.
Should we run through the remaining fixtures and try and calculate the points that both finish on?
Both City and Arsenal.
City and Arsenal. Let's try and be obviously we're probably gonna be a bit optimistic, or try to be optimistic, but let's try and be as realistic.
So should we go through Arsenal's fixtures first?
Yeah, let's go through Arsenal.
So Arsenal's fixtures first.
Newcastle.
We have Newcastle on a Friday, on a Saturday night fixture.
I personally think it's a win. I think it's a win.
I think it's a win. I think we go and get the result at home against Newcastle. They've been kind of shit.
That's what
I don't feel like they got them in it. They got it in them to huff and puff against us, and I feel like we're just going to be a bit more fired up from the City loss. I hope played in that game.
But I did hear though, on the podcast that I done a couple of days ago with Podcast Pundits, Joey was telling me that Newcastle's midfield's back though, so that could be like. And their midfield does cause us some problems sometimes.
It does, but it's back at the wrong time. Then we got Atletico in the week away in Spain.
That's what I'm saying, man. we ain't got to prioritize. I'm saying that it's gonna. I say a draw. I'm saying a draw.
I'm saying a 1-0 or draw, 1-1.
Yeah,
I'd even take a 0-0. I feel like it's going to be haram ball at its finest.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're going to blow their load trying to, because remember, we've really beat them this season, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like game shame, 76 says Atletico win. Not sure if he's an Arsenal fan or one of the ops.
You know what?
Way,
a lot of Arsenal fans for some reason, don't fancy us in that. I do fancy us in
I
that.
fancy us. I do fancy us in that.
Like across the two games, to be honest. I know that when we beat them,
if it meant relegation next season. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, same man. Fuck it, same man.
I'll take Champions League and get relegated.
I've
got a holiday for a year. I don't give a fuck, man.
Exactly, man.
Because then now you can't tell me nothing about you
exactly.
won Champions League. I think
exactly.
You
just like Lookman sick though. Yeah, Lookman sick.
Lookman is hard. He's sick. I just think with Atletico, even when we played them again in the game before, I think we surprised them, but also this has happened to us before. We played teams in the early stages of the knockout, the league, and then we played like we did PSG, beat PSG, and in the knockout phases they were better. The thing that I find with Atletico is that they haven't really raised their game in the second half. Yes, they've won games, they beat Barca, they did certain things, but Barca weren't great, I don't feel like, in that tie. And even like they lost to Real Sociedad just the other day in the Copa del Rey final, went 2-0 down or went 2-1 down and then brought it back and lost on penalty. So Atletico can be got. And if we raise our game, we can definitely beat them. After the Atletico game,
Although I did want to focus on the Prem fixtures, but that was a good little segue. But I think, but I think draw personally for me.
Arsenal, Fulham.
Arsenal.
And we're at home.
Arsenal.
I feel like the man are going to roll over for us, you know.
No,
I feel like they have to. The lads are while we're in this stage of the season, do you think Iwobi can come to the Emirates?
They try harder. They'll try harder.
Yeah,
I don't know. They'll try harder. They're ops. Trust me, they'll try harder.
Ops now. Yeah, they might.
Remember what they did last season? Fulham kind of helped sink us last season a little bit.
Yeah,
but I think Newcastle will be a tougher game. I feel like we should have enough to get over the line. So I think we get 6 points from Newcastle and Fulham so far. So far, I think 2 wins for Arsenal.
Yeah.
And then what's after the Fulham one?
After the Fulham, we have West Ham away.
That's the one. That's
what Shane was saying. I think West Ham is your hiccup game. London,
that is
playing
100%.
Right now.
100%. That's the one that I'm not sure about.
If I'm honest with you, I don't know. I feel like we go and beat West Ham
I'm not sure about that.
Because you know why? I feel like yes, they're having a run, yeah. But I also they drew the other day, against Crystal Palace. They were away to Crystal Palace and drew.
Yeah.
I think if Tottenham have dropped points, it's a good result.
Because you know what? That's a good result because they've just packed Wolves 4-0.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace are around their level, what have you not. So that's they can't lose. So for the fact that they came away with a point.
But the reason why I say that is because let's say we get to that game, and you remember Tottenham on that week, the week that we play Fulham, right? Let me just go to it, right? So you never know, right? We could get to that Fulham, that West Ham game, and we would have already played Newcastle, then we would have gone on to play Fulham. So that's 2 games, right?
Yeah.
But Tottenham could be down and dusted, where West Ham can kind of get a little bit of relief. I get it now if we go to the West Ham game and by then Tottenham wins their next game, and then it's still crunch and West Ham need a result, But we could get if Tottenham lose their next 2 games and West Ham get a result, buddy.
Of course, the complexion of the fixture changes. But as it stands today, what do you think?
Because as it stands today, I'm going to tell you this, right? Let's look at this, right? Tottenham play Wolves away and they play Aston Villa away.
Oh, yeah.
All right? And then on the week... hear this, though. On the week that we play West Ham, on the week that we play West Ham, Tottenham play Villa away. No, they play Leeds at home. They play Leeds at home.
There's still Nottingham Forest in the mix as well. So it's not just Spurs that West Ham are looking out for.
But Forest, I feel like no one ain't even watching Forest. Like Leeds drew today, they're a bit more safer. It's Tottenham, bro. Tottenham are the ones that are going down. It's Tottenham, West Ham. They're the ones. I feel Nottingham Forest. I've got a bit about them. Yeah. I can just see that they're going to stay up.
So you think we beat West Ham then? So far you're saying 9 out of 9.
I think we beat West Ham.
So you're saying 9 out of 9 so far. I'm saying
9 out of 9.
I'm saying 7 or 6. I'm saying 7 or 6 out of 9.
I'm saying it's a tricky 9.
I'm gonna go with 7. I'm gonna go 7 out of 9. So I'm saying we draw.
I'm telling you, they're not beating Wolves away, bro. They're not beating Wolves away, man. I'm telling you now, they're not. Wait, I'm trying to find. Wait, bear with me. I'm trying to find.
All right, lads.
Nottingham Forest. Okay, so Nottingham Forest. Yeah, just quickly. Nottingham Forest or Nottingham Forest haven't lost in 5. I'm just letting you know that, right? I'm just quickly showing you this, yeah, just so we know what Nottingham Forest. Okay, so they've got Sunderland away, Villa at home, Chelsea. Okay, Chelsea away, Villa at home. Oh, that's in the Europa. Yeah, then they got Newcastle, Man United, Bournemouth. Yeah, Nottingham Forest are in problems. Okay, cool. Yeah, just wanted to make sure. All right,
yeah. You know, like that game.
Big up Mike, Man United fan. Huh?
No, big up Mike, man. Big up Mike. But he doesn't. The only reason why he's praying that we win this league, is it's because he's probably got the strap loaded. He can't wait to go out all around. I guarantee. Manchester United fans.
Listen, you know what? You know why I'm gonna give Mike love, because he came in. All right, lads. I pray you lot win this league. I genuinely feel the love. I feel like he's a grown man. He's been around. He understands it. The haters is there like this Gen Z. No, the Gen Z. You know where it is, Strads. It's London-based United fans.
Yeah,
the ones that are brethren, the people that we roll with. They're the worst.
Yeah, true. Actually, true.
Because
I shouldn't judge them all by them London.
When you go up north, and you go to Manchester, and you go up north, them man don't want. They're not wanting them. United fans don't want City to win it, because they have to deal with City fans on a daily basis. The thing with your London-based fans, is that we do not know any City fans.
Yeah, I know a couple converts still.
Yeah, we know converts, but we don't know no real City
real ones. No, true.
Yeah, come on. So that's why everyone's happy to deal with City winning, because we don't have to deal with them gloating in our faces and boasting on us, because we don't know none of them. You get what I'm saying? So that's where it is. Big up Mike, the real Man United fan,
all right, say nothing.
Frauds, all right, wait, let me get the rest of you United fans are frauds. Yeah, fucking.
All right, cool. So what? All right, cool. So West Ham, we're at West Ham now. You're on 9 points. I'm on 7 points.
All right, we're at West Ham. I'm being very unrealistic the way that you said that. All right, then we got West Ham. Then we play Burnley at home. Burnley are relegated.
I'm saying win. So 10 points. So we're on 80 points now.
Yeah, I say we win.
And you're for you, we're on 83 points.
I think we smacked Burnley 3-0, 4-0, so the goal difference goes up. I feel by then we'll know if we're in the final or not. We'll know what's going on.
So you're on 80. So you're on 82 points. Sorry, not 80.
Yeah, I'm on 82 points.
And I'm on 80
last
points.
Game of the season, Crystal Palace away. Tricky. But if they're in the final, or they would have played the final before the last game of the season. So if they won it, they would have been in celebration mode. It would have been turn up at their ground on the last game of the season, because they would have already played the Europa League final.
Crystal Palace. I'll be honest with you. Crystal Palace will give it their all.
Yeah, it
doesn't matter.
They went out and raved. They went out and raved the other night and still gave West Ham a good game.
Trust me. And remember, I can't remember. It was the 23-24 season, when City and Arsenal was going head to head just like this. Do you remember how tough? I think we was playing. Was it Everton? Do you remember how tough them men tried to make it for us?
Yeah.
And they had nothing to play for. So whatever happens, they're gonna make it. That Crystal Palace one might be tricky.
I feel like the problem we have is, regardless of anything, people turn up for the United for Arsenal games.
Yeah, and
that is our problem. And for whatever reason,
we make everybody look good for some reason. Even Mansfield, we made Mansfield look like they were.
They look quality.
They look cold against us. I don't know what's wrong with us. That Crystal Palace one's tricky, but I do think that I think if it came down to the last game of the season, I think we would win it. I think
if it comes down to the last game of the season and Arsenal needed a win to win the league, we beat Palace away.
I think we would beat them. No, but the thing is, I think it can. I think it might come down to the end of the season anyway. But I think it will be. Yeah,
Well, this is the thing. City played Villa last game of the season.
And the
City's
thing
fixtures, to be fair, City's fixtures are hard, you know.
they are hard, but you got to remember the same thing with Palace would be the same thing with Villa, because if Villa get to the final, then Villa would probably like
They would have
prioritize
played
the
their
final.
final the week before. They played the final the week before.
Would it be the week before? Yeah, are you
Yeah,
sure?
yeah. I think
It's
I
the week
heard.
before.
I heard someone say that if they, I think on another platform, I was watching another show, and I think they said the Europa League final. I can check it, but I'm pretty sure I can check it now. Wait, I'll tell you when it is. But I'm pretty sure the Europa League final is played. I'll check it now for you. Actually, is played the week. Let me check it. I think the Europa League final is played the week before the last game of the season.
Okay.
But I can check now. Bear with me 1 second.
So the thing is, yeah, if Villa win that, Champions League is patterned anyway. I think it's patterned for them anyway. So then they haven't really got anything to play for.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And to be honest, the way Liverpool's playing at the moment, Chelsea's playing at the moment, and then obviously you got Brentford, Brighton, and Bournemouth trying to creep in there. Villa, Champions League is pretty much sewn up for them, but it's not sewn up, but it's pretty much sewn up. You get what I mean? So
yeah,
it really just depends whether they've secured their Champions League spot by then. So yeah,
they play. So Villa's a tough one because they got Liverpool the week before the final. They play Liverpool 3 days before they play. If they make it to the final, they play Liverpool and then they play City 4 days after the final.
Yeah.
And then for
so hold on, just before we get sidetracked, I just want to make sure I got the tally right. So you've basically said we win 5 out of 5. So you're saying 50 points, and I think there's a draw in there. So I'm gonna say we win 4 and the draw, or we win 3 and 2 draws. So, but I'm gonna try and be optimistic. So I'm gonna go 4 and a draw. So I'm saying 13 points. So that means I think we end on 82. You think we end on 85. Let's do
which is 3. So which is but I can rock with where you're at as well.
Yeah.
I can rock with the West Ham game being a tricky one.
Yeah,
because they are fighting.
Yeah,
you get me. And this is just to cut you there. This is why my MUFC is a top lad, because he says he can't stand the club. 115 charts. He knows the 115 cases when Havertz missed that late chance. I was fuming. All right, bro. Havertz to me, bro, he does my nothing sometimes. I love him and I hate him. Should have scored that. But
exactly.
I know Mike is a true Man United fan there. Because
so let's do City's ones then. So
City. All right, let's jump on the City train. City now are bear with me. City play on Sunday, and they have City play fucking the FA Cup. They play Southampton this weekend.
Right. So then, that's an interesting dynamic. So we get an opportunity to build another game in hand on them. So they're chasing us again.
Yeah. So City play Southampton. Bearing in mind now, if they beat Southampton, they go into a final. City can technically win a domestic treble this season. That's how mad it is. How their season has changed. Yeah, so they play. So they played their game in hand. The Palace game has already been restructured. So the game that they would have played this weekend got brought forward. That's why they played Sunderland tonight. Yeah. But the game in hand that they originally had was the Palace game.
So they still got to play. They still got to play that. So Zestro said so. There might be 2 games. So we could. Ooh.
So if we get a result,
dynamic still.
Yeah, but then the thing is where they squeezed in their Palace game. Yeah, this is another thing someone at the gym highlighted to me as well. Where they squeezed in their Palace game, they play 3 games in 7 days. So this is a lot of what could really be contributing factors. They have 3 games in 7 days.
This is why you're still quite positive.
This is why I'm still quite, but a lot of people haven't clocked that because they think the game in hand was what they played today. It isn't. The game in hand is the Palace game. This game only got brought forward because they made it to the next round of the FA Cup. So they played Burnley, who they were meant to play this weekend. They played today, but it isn't the game in hand. Their game just got brought forward. The game in hand is the Palace game, which has been rescheduled. I'll tell you when it's been rescheduled. The Palace game has been rescheduled to the 22nd of May. So they play Palace, and then 2 days later, they play Villa on the last game of the season.
They'll change that. That's not realistic. They'll change that.
No, they won't. It's already in. It's in the.
You can't remember, have a game. You can't have a game and then play 2 days later. They'll change that.
That's where it is, bro. They play Bournemouth on the 17th. They play Palace on the 22nd, because you remember this game was to be announced. It's been announced. It's been put in the schedule because they know they've been kicked out of the Champions League. They know they're out of the Champions League. Carabao Cup's been played. The FA Cup final. They're in the semis. The FA Cup gets played at the end of the season. So this game has been scheduled, my friend.
So what have you know, like when we back in the day when we used to play Europa football, yeah? Was there ever a time when we would play on Thursday and then play on Saturday? I'm sure we'd always have to play on the Sunday. You can't just have 2 days rest. That's nuts.
I'll check the diary. I'm going to check the diary now. This is how desperate we've got. So they play on the 20th. Wait, they play, I think, all right, on the 22nd, 17th. So they play on the 17th, which is a Sunday. All right, this says the 22nd, but I'm guessing that'll probably get moved to the 21st.
That's what I'm saying.
Thursday, or because the last game of the season's played on the Sunday, but it does say the 22nd here, but it could be the 20th, but then it can't be because if they've played, if they played the Sunday game, Sunday game, that means they could play on the Thursday. They put the Palace game in on the Thursday, then play the Sunday again. Sunday. Big Man Zest is saying it's Thursday, Sunday. Okay, cool. Which is still tight. It's still a lot of games. They don't have the week break like we have the week break.
Let's do their fixtures. Let's try and see. Let's try and give the viewers some hope.
And Game Shame is saying it's possible because Chelsea played on the 18th and the 21st.
Yeah, but that's still 3 days in between. You're saying 2 days.
Yeah, 3 days. They played on the 18th, then they get a day's rest, and they play the following. No, yeah, the 18th, 19th. Yeah. This is the 22nd, day's rest, and a game again. That's what it says. But anyway, let's go back to the fixtures, yeah?
Yeah, but Doug's baffling me as well there.
I'm not baffling. It's here what it says here. hey, Matt, love for the subscription, bro.
Big you up, man.
Much appreciated, man. Bro, I'm not causing all sorts of confusion. This is what, bro, I am using live score.
I'm trying to follow your...
I am using live score, okay? Okay? I'm using live score, okay?
Mike saying he reckons Newcastle can get an upset.
Me too, I reckon. Oh, what, against us?
Yeah, he's saying that if you scroll up a little bit.
Yeah, it could do, yeah. I see it, yeah. Can get an upset. Arteta needs to chill with the training tactics. Yeah, he does, 100%. I do feel like some of the stuff.
Newcastle's got their own problems. Like even where Eddie Howe is not playing certain man because you don't think they're committed and stuff like that. I don't know. Everyone turns up for Arsenal, but I don't know. I'm quite confident that we give Newcastle that work still.
And like Big Man Zest is saying, all we've got to do is be 6 points ahead before City play Premier League.
Right. All we had to do was beat Bournemouth, bro. All we had to do was beat Nottingham Forest. All we had to do was keep our 2-0 lead against Wolves, bro.
Listen, Shane's still talking in the chat. I don't even know why he's still up. Like
I respect it.
I don't know why Shane is still up, but I rate it though. Big up Shane. Nah, they'll change it. Even traveling could be a problem. Yeah, but let's get to the City game because it is late. Big up everyone that's still locked in and still tuned in. Well, big up yourselves, yeah. So Everton play home away. They play Everton away. They play at Everton's new ground.
I'm saying
draw. I'm gonna go with a draw.
Yeah, I'm going draw.
I'm not doing that. I'm not being biased, but
I'm going draw. Hold on,
City didn't look too convincing.
Hold on, let me see where Everton
against Sunderland.
Wait a second, I'm just.
City didn't look too convincing against Sunderland, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, against Burnley today, they didn't look too convincing. Everton at home are decent at home. They're going to be a lot better than Burnley was.
How about open up my phone and just see some abuse from Zest? What you say fuck me for?
Yeah, edit. So I'm going to go and draw, yeah? Oh. So we're on a draw there, yeah?
Okay, draw. I just wanted to see where Everton were in the league still, but yeah, go on.
Now they say Everton in a good position. They ain't got no trouble, but they don't need to get turned over at home. They can be.
No, but Everton's fighting for Europe. That's why I wanted to check still.
Yeah, like, okay, cool.
Points. Yeah, 47 points for win gets them to 50 points. There, I'm saying draw.
And
still.
Remember, if Villa get through to the final and win Europa, it opens up a 6th place Champions League spot. Okay, because they're still in Champions League spots, so that means 16's going to the Champions League. So there is still a lot to play for. Yeah. All right. So then City have Brentford come to town. Brentford at home. Still a tough game, but I feel like they beat Brentford at home. I got a feeling they beat Brentford. I don't know. I can't see Brentford going to the Etihad and turning them over. But I can only see if Brentford get an early goal and it being nervy. Yeah, then I could see, and then the fans get a bit nervous and it gets quiet at the Etihad. But I'm gonna go City win.
Against that one was against Brentford.
Home to Brentford.
Yeah, City win that, man. Yeah, City win that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go City win. Then
so 4 points so far.
4 points so far.
Then we're agreed there as well.
City travel down to London to Brentford.
No, you said that. You just said Brentford.
Oh no, they've travelled down south to Bournemouth, informed Bournemouth that have taken Semenyo. Yeah, they took Semenyo. They took their best player.
And Bournemouth's on a good run at the moment as well.
And Bournemouth are playing for Champions League spots. Chelsea losing is definitely opened the window for Bournemouth to get in the Champions League. New training facility, spending big money down there. Got a lot going on down there. I think Bournemouth get a result here, and I'm gonna go.
I think I'm going City. I'm going City.
You going Man City?
Yeah, I think because I'm going draw. I can't forget that it's still Manchester City that we've seen turn up, and it's still Pep. I think.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, I think I'm going City.
But
that is a tricky game. That is a tricky game still.
It's a very tricky game, and I'm going draw.
Okay, cool. So 5. You've got 5 points on the board. I got 7 on the board for them.
Yeah, and then Manchester City at home to Palace. I'm going to win. I think that's going to win still. I think Palace, if they win, by then they would have played their Europa League final game. They would, roll over and focus on Arsenal last game of the season.
Yeah,
and then City have Villa come to town on the last game of the season. I just feel Unai Emery ain't gonna do us no favors. It depends where they're at in the league. I think if they're fighting for Champions, I think if they're in the Champions League and they won Europa, then I don't know. But I can see City winning it. I'm gonna go City win last game of the season, Pep, especially if they need a win and Arsenal need a win. I can see City going out and winning that game. It just depends how Villa, because I feel like Villa can go to the Etihad and get a result if they're on their day. It just depends on how bad they win.
I think they win. You know what? I was just thinking. I think they win as well. So I've
got us winning the league at the moment.
You got us in the league. I've got us tied.
Yeah, you got us tied. So you got us on goal difference.
Yeah, goal difference. So I've got us tied at the moment. But to be honest, it's definitely swings and roundabouts, because you can make a case for Bournemouth getting something, and you can maybe make a case for Villa getting something, and you can against City, and you might be able to make a case for Newcastle upsetting us on Saturday. Yeah. So it's definitely swings and roundabouts. But I've got us tied. I think it's going to come down to goal difference still.
Yeah,
I think it's going to come down to goal difference.
If it does, if it comes down to goal difference, I don't see us winning the league. I just feel like City's got more in their tank to score more goals than us. We're not really blowing anyone away. We're not really, and that leads me to this. I feel I've finally put get out of my comment section about delusional, bruv. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I'm tired of you, Shane, bro. But I will say I appreciate everyone that's locked in. Anyone that's on YouTube that hasn't hit the subscribe button. Anyone that on Twitch, hit the follow button. please go across to my YouTube channel, Big Dog TV, and subscribe. I appreciate it. But before we head out, because we've been on for 2 hours now, big up. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. We need to listen. We're locking in next week again.
Yeah, I've been saying, man, we need to do this more still, man.
Yeah, we took a break.
We let Turkish and them man take the name, and now they're flying with it, bruv.
No. I spoke to Turkish. It's all love. We said, just as much as we was using the name before, he's saying we can use the name. They're going to use the name. It's all love. Even one day he said he'll like pop up, but this is the first episode we've done since that conversation.
No, let's get Zest in there for one of them, man. We can.
We'll get Zest in it.
Zest is.
Everyone's welcome.
Everyone's one of the most annoying Arsenal fans in my phone book, man.
Everyone's welcome to join, to log in and get on content with man. Just hit me up on Insta. You're more than welcome. But listen, before we jump out of this, your predictions for how the rest of this season's gonna go. It might change next week when I ask you the question. But how do you think the rest of this season plays out right now, Sarazi?
Oh man, don't do this. Don't do this, man. I've got to keep. Man, I don't know. All right. So based on what we just done, I think it comes down to goal difference. So who scores more goals? You know what? Fuck it. I'm saying we're gonna win it. I'm saying we're gonna win the league. Somehow Arteta's crossing the line. Somehow he's gonna. And
I like it.
I'm gonna turn up at the parade, and the random that know me.
This is the energy I want to hear, Stan.
The random that they're gonna try and rush me because they're gonna be like, "I told you so. I told you so." I think we're gonna limp over that line. I reckon. I think we're gonna do it. And Champions League, I think we're going to be finalists. That's all I'm saying. I think we're going to be finalists. I don't know about winning that one, but I would love to win the Champions League.
Yeah. Listen, I'm the same. If I'm honest with you, I feel like we still win the league. I feel like there's twists and turns. I do not think it's done. I do think there's a lot to happen. I think even like goal difference could be surprising. Big up Mike. He said, lads, you know that lot will win every game. Goal difference is going to be massive. So that lot will win because you got 14 and they got Haaland. I hear it. I thought he was with us too. I thought Mike was with us too. I read more.
Mike's going to make me change my mind, man. He's going to make my change.
Listen, we're winning the league. We're winning the league. We're winning the damn league. I'm not hearing it. We're winning the league. Yeah, we're winning the league. I'm
Mike, I don't think they'll win every game though. That's one thing I disagree with you, Mike. I don't think they'll win every game. That's the only reason why I think
as much as we could have a potential slip up. I've obviously gone 5 out of 5,
Yeah, 5 out of 5 5 out of 5 is crazy. I don't know what you've seen to say 5 out of 5 for us. I'm with it. I'm with it
because you know what? At some point this season we'd only lost 3. So this capitulation, I'm hoping that we can get to some sort of defensive stability and nick Newcastle 1-0.
I suppose
get the 3 points on the board.
There's 7 days left in April. We need to get out of April. We need to get out of this month.
And we need to get out of this month. I'm the same. Yeah, we need to get out of April. Listen, I don't know. Newcastle probably. Yeah, we're still in April when we play Newcastle.
We need to get out of this month.
Or draw. Yeah. So we're losing the league. But hear what I'm saying though. Champions League now. Yeah, we make it to the final. Yeah, and it's anyone's game. But if we make it against Bayern Munich, it's a wrap. Yeah, we're losing that. So we get a runners-up medal. Yeah, I'll be honest. Bayern Munich have been the ones I've been screaming about all season that they are fucking frightening. Yeah, and I just think that if we come up against Harry Kane and the boys, I'm going to say this now, and it's going to be an unpopular opinion.
I know it was group stages, but we came up against them, and Arteta put on a masterclass.
Listen, you're right. But they didn't have Diaz. There was no Diaz in that game. They played Gnabry, which is a big difference. I think Luis Diaz is the big difference maker for them. Same way like he was for Liverpool. But I will say this, and I've said this to you before, and it is so not relevant to anything that we're talking about. But in the summer, 160 million. We need to go and get Harry Kane and bring him back to London. 160 million. I can't lie. Harry Kane is playing the best football I've seen that brother play right now. But anyway, that's a different one. But listen, I think I think Arsenal are going to do something this season, and it's either Champions League or the Premier League. Wait, this big man they say Douglas. Douglas didn't watch the last. Nah, kiss my teeth. Yeah, I did watch it, and listen. You know me, I love to back the boys, but
look, the way I'm looking at it,
this team frightened me. The way they've been playing recently, they frightened me, bro.
No,
and they've won their league, innit? So they ain't got nothing else going on.
I'm not trying to rag on Bayern here, but the German league is a bit different.
Yeah, I know.
It's a bit different.
And the thing is, they can't defend.
The thing is,
remember, they got Jonathan Tah and their man at the back, and up in Campo. They can't defend. That's stiff.
Yeah,
stiff defending.
So we just have to hope that our guys turn up. Our guys turn up in the cup game, and in a one-off game, it can go either way. Over 2 legs, I back Arsenal. Nah, hey Shane, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, yeah. Shane, you know what, yeah? Because you need to love it, yeah. Because I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, yeah, is I've seen Arteta go up against Chelsea and Manchester City in his first 6 months at Arsenal, and he put on like a tactical masterclass, and he won us the FA Cup. So I'm just honing in on that hope that he could maybe do that in the Champions League.
Yeah, the thing.
But if you ask me. Ask me, I think we should prioritize one or the other. Going for both of them, we could end up with nothing. Yeah, so that's the realism in me. But then after doing this exercise where we did the game by game, I can actually build a case as to why Arsenal to limp across the line in the Premier League, just based on City's schedule, what City have to do, the teams that they've got to play, the teams we've got to play, and I just think we could maybe edge it maybe by a point or by goal difference. That's what I reckon. So I'm going with Arsenal. For the Champions League, I think we can get past Atletico. And when you go to the final, it's a toss-up.
Any man's game.
It's a toss-up. So it sounds crazy, but why not? Like, once upon a time, Arsenal was the best team in Europe this season. So,
it's battle of the haram football, mate. And listen, you know, when it comes to anti-haram, playing like that, there's no better team than Arteta. Don't get me wrong, Simeone is the blueprint, but
they've actually been playing more expensive football, man. They're actually playing a bit more attacking football. The game's probably going to be more exciting than people. I think we're going to be in probably a shock.
No, but I just don't think like you're going to get what you saw against Barcelona and that, because that's the thing with the Champions League, and that's why I feel like this team is suited for the Champions League. Is because Champions League, like you saw with. Everyone was talking about Real Madrid, Barcelona, all these teams playing good football, and the games are so exciting to watch. But those teams are out because they play like that. Do you get what I'm saying? It's end to end. It's flair. It's this that. We don't play like that. That's why we are unbeaten in the Champions League. We are technically all season unbeaten, and I think it'd be it. And a lot of people ain't talking about that. And I don't really want to get into it and jinx it, but it would be mad if Arsenal went all the way to the final unbeaten and went on to win it. And
if that happens, man,
in the Premier, we went and did that.
If that happens,
so that was what we saying. That's invincible. Is that an invincible Champions League? Is that? I'm not saying no more.
Hey, Doug, chill.
Just chill a little bit. I'm chilling, but all I'm saying is, and this is where people get a little bit excited, because I've been arguing with these man all day, about these Arsenal fans and their delusion and all of this. I was arguing all last night with them lot. And big up the WhatsApp group, but I'm just saying it. I'm not trying to say
Dalman doesn't start the semi-final, Mike. He doesn't.
Who?
He's asking, does Dalman start the semi-final? He doesn't. Yeah, I would. For me, he would. But under our gaffer, Mikel Arteta,
I think we need to get Max Dalman back on the super sub train, because early on in the season when we was playing him and he was coming on, he was causing havoc. Getting us penalties in pre-season and at the beginning of the season.
I know he's a young boy, and I understand the case for it, but at this point, man, Dalman is showing that he's got those maverick capabilities. He's like our Shirky. You got to play him, man.
Listen, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. And
you
know what? And this is why I love. This is why I love.
You and Zest, you and Zest would get on. If you two did a panel like this, you see how me and you are doing this.
I bump Zest to the gym all the time. Zest is my guy. I like at the gym. We be on our thing. Big up Zest.
You guys are the same person. I'm telling you, bro. You guys are super happy and positive.
And you know what? This is what he said there. Is what I've been getting ripped for in the group. because basically they're basically saying, you know, you Arsenal fans are unbearable. You're all talking about what you're going to wear to the parade. And I'm saying that what we say is for us. It's not for you lot.
Yeah,
do you get what I mean? Like, when you hear Arsenal fans making content and you got people dancing and talking about what they're wearing for the parade, and that, it's not because they're doing it for you. They're doing it for our fan base. That's content for us, yeah? If you look, watch it and see it and have a problem with it, that's you lot getting triggered by it. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Because it's not built for you. Like, what Zest is saying there is for us, but Shane will probably see it, or another man will laugh and be like, oh, I think they're going to the parade. Like,
Shane's querying that I said that Arsenal was once upon a time the best team in Europe. Are you trying to say this? There was a time this season where Arsenal wasn't the best team in Europe?
Don't let him draw you out, bro.
No, I'm just interested. I'm just actually interested in his answer because I don't get it. Like, so who was better than Arsenal? Like, we spanked Atletico 4-0. We dealt with Inter Milan. We dealt with Bayern Munich. We were top of the Premier League. We'd lost like I can't. Up until recently, we'd only lost like 2 or 3 games. Like, there was once upon a time when Arsenal was actually the best team in Europe. This league, like, if we can rediscover that form, why can't it be a possibility that we get one of them?
No, I hear it. I still feel like we have to win something in Europe to be like how these man when they won the Champions League and that was saying they're the best team in the world. I feel we got. But listen, anything can still happen, and that's the beauty of it. Like, a lot of man can talk their shit now and want to banter and have these discussions. Like, Shane could have this discussion now and say all this will win the Champions League, and then
he's a symptom of what I get every single day. Like, it's been crazy. Like, bro, today I'm getting like anyway, but I know this is
this is big Zest knows. And on that note, big up everyone that's looked in today at this late hour. It was meant to start earlier, but Strives takes 10 years to get ready. So
guys.
big up yourselves, yeah. Arsenal are just not good in April. Other than that, they've bossed it. Big up yourself, man. Listen, big up all my people on Twitch. Big up all the people on YouTube. Make sure you you check out Podcast Pundits on YouTube. That Strives his content that he does with his guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for my YouTube channel. Big that up. Show support. Big up everyone that's been locked in. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys,
man. There's no pauses needed, bro. Do you get me? Big up everyone. And we'll be back again soon next week. Not sure which day, but we'll definitely be back and at an earlier time. So make sure you're locked in. Yeah. Big up yourselves. Big up everyone. Anything to say, Strives?
Hey, man. Arsenal's winning something this season, man.
Come on. On that note, love and blessings to you all. Let's go, B.
Let's go.